What's happening? What's going on? K Mega 405 coming to you live from the 405. I said if I'm. That tells you right there where my mind has been all week long, baby. All week long. All week long. I've barely played any video games. I have done nothing but absorbed the greatness of this week for me, as you can see. So let me just start it off like this. Let me just start this off for you like this. Xbox OG, Tekken 3, Run DMC, AOC. The championship resides in OKC, baby. Ooh. Oh, hold on. Let me put it right here. Oh, hold on. Let me get. Yeah, there we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah. 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 All that craziness that Shannon Sharp and the rest of these suckers was going. Thunder up, boy. What the Mavs fans got to say? They got to wait till next year to hope that they rookie phenom will do something. Anyway, welcome. K-Maker 405 coming to you live from the 405. Well, I'm just your regular gamer talking to the intelligent gamers out there. Man, I couldn't. I was so gone Sunday. I wanted to do fight night. Nah, man, there was no, man. After we won, I was, man, almost broke my wife's ribs, almost broke my back worse than what it is. Was doing too much, man. I was so excited, man, so happy. But anyway, man, so good to get back to it, man. It was now it's the slow down season until now we get to my Rams ready to do something, and also my OU Sooners. You know, I'm looking for maybe the trifecta from maybe, you know what I'm saying, the Padres is on a winning streak. They got a problems with them Dodgers, but you know, they did beat the Dodgers at the last game. But other than that, sporting life has been pretty good for me. And we'll see what my Rams can do. We'll see. They're really talking very high about the Sooners. Mateer, I was saying that boy got wheels, but then the guy from the coach that they picked up, the offensive coordinator they picked up from Washington State, man, he's recruiting like a madman. Man. And my Thunder already started it off with the ring, our very first. I had to be at the parade. It was fantastic. It was hot, but listen, one time, it's great feeling. I've been on cloud nine this whole week. So anyway, without further ado, let's get into it. Definitely want to talk about something that got a lot of people, you know, excited, but also ruffled some feathers as usual. Talking about this Xbox beta app, or this Xbox app beta. That launched here just maybe a couple of days ago or yesterday or whatever. We'll show you what I showed a clip of it on Twitter, X, and some people and listen, I was not expecting to get the feedback that I did, but I mean, come on, man, I should have known better. Just the way that Twitter acts, it's, you know, just social media, it's wild as it is, but. Other than that, also, we'll talk about the layoffs, the upcoming layoffs that's coming. That's pretty wild. We'll talk about that and discuss that, and then also we'll be talking about some backwards compatibility. Look like Xbox is not done with that. So, man, first off, let's get straight to it. Talk about let's take our vegetables before we get into the dessert, which is talking about these Xbox layoffs. Listen, It is the one thing I will say before I get completely started on it is that there's a lot of hypocrites in the social media space. Listen, it's not good for anybody for any of these layoffs, but it's not like we haven't had layoffs for the last 4 years, and especially for the last 3 years, it has been horrible, and it's all across the board. I mean, hell, studios closing, layoffs, and it's not only coming from. It's coming from everybody. I mean, it's not even it's crazy. So, looking at what's going on, and then fear that I've seen some people that was talking about and saying, listen, they might close down Turn 10. I don't see that. If at worst, they might merge Turn 10 into Playground Games and make it into one big unit, if that at all. But yeah, no, but talking about closing down Turn 10, that I don't see that. Like I said, at the worst, it would be merged with Playground, and it might be called, Playground Forza Edition, whatever. I don't know how they'll do it if it's that many cuts or layoffs within Turn 10. So we'll see. Rich Lee said Sony is still number one in studio closures. Exactly. That's the thing to me that's blowing my mind, right? Like, is that we just seen Sony shut down studios because of poor or poor offerings or poor sales numbers or whatever the case may be. Bungie is in a real precarious situation. We do not know what's going to happen with Bungie. Marathon got delayed. A bunch of games got canceled. Also, on top of that, this year having layoffs as well. And it seems like the media will dab on it and then move around. But now here, it's all these talks. I mean, we're talking about upcoming people's jobs being taken away just to glorify your console war bullshit. It really doesn't make any sense. And also, if I sound good, thank you. If I'm sounding good and clear, if I'm chipping a little bit, please let me know as well, because I did some adjustments to my Go XLR and with the mic, and then I almost thought I cooked the Go XLR. It took a long while to get those drivers reinstalled back into it because there really hasn't been anything new coming from Go XLR. And so I know that I've been kind of anticipating that if Go XLR kind of goes away, that, hey, I'll have to readjust and probably go with, because I got a new mic from I got one of those Wave 3s, but for some reason it's not I'm not good okay, hold on, let me slow down. I have a Wave 3 mic, but for some reason and I know it's me because I've seen people that have used their Go XLR with the Wave 3, but for how I was trying to work it, it just isn't working. So regardless of that, I'm just going with this mic here that I have and trying to work with it from that step. So anyway, but what's up with you, Cyber Gunner? He says Xbox always gets crucified. He says they also do it to themselves. One day they do good, and another they step on a rake, bro. It is. I mean, there's no disputing that. Xbox has always found themselves in a really good spot, and then next thing you know, here comes something bad, and it's almost like their PR team is like, okay, well we're in a good place right now. Let's just do it. Man, no, let the good times roll for a little bit. But then also there's leakers, there's people that's always just dying to want to find out what's wrong, and if they can find anything to try to make Xbox look bad, while PlayStation is kind of in neutral, or if PlayStation is elevated a little bit, which I know that there's some people that's excited about Death Stranding 2 releasing. Not as much of not as many people as I've seen the first time talk and show off Death Stranding 2, but I don't know about the sales numbers. Don't care. If people are happy about the game, I'm happy for you. It's something that I'll definitely can wait for when it'll eventually drop on PC or Xbox. What's going on with you? What's going on with you, Viper? Yeah, no, I just so as long as people are happy with it, I'm cool with it. What I'm saying? It looks great. It looks fantastic. There was one scene that somebody posted, and that's the difference. See, and that's what's weird to me, right? Like, you don't see any action scene. Well, hold on. I did see some weird thing, and I wasn't trying to clown or nothing. I just asked, I'm like, is this really in the game? And it was main dude going up there, and I'm always going to call him Dale. Dale going in there and I guess picking up a pizza, and then he gets into it with the pizza guy. And I'm just like, oh, and then I'm like, the sequence and stuff the graphics and stuff and the stuff like that was cool, but I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, and there was somebody that was like, it's awesome, ain't it? And I'm like, hey, It's cool. I mean, just leave it at that. I'm not going to dog it out. Listen, Kojima is just doing Kojima things. It is what it is. I'm not tripping about that. I just was like, is this in the game? And it was. But there was a really, really cool scene that where the main character was walking through a area that had all these sparkles everywhere. That looked fantastic. That looked great. Now, there's nothing that you can ever say that the game don't look great, even for it looking so desolate. Like, I mean, it's just, the one thing about PlayStation fans to me that really cracks me up is that they get mad when we say the same template thing or whatever, but that's how you present your games. You show yourself walking in an environment to show the template. And listen, the desert looked great, but can we see him fighting something? And I know that there's fighting and stuff in there. Like, I mean, listen, I'm not, like I said, I'm not trying to dog out Death Stranding. I'm not. I own it. So, and I've played about 6 hours into it. And it's not that it's one of these games that I know that I'll go back to eventually. It's just that when there's other stuff there, I'm more excited about that. And that's it. But it's like I said, I'm not tripping out about Death Stranding on that level. But they always show these, you're walking in the desert. We know. Can we see some action? Let me see him fighting a creature or something. Let me see what's happening. Like, I mean, hell, show me the dude that looked like Kiss. Like, was there an action, fight sequence? What's going on? Like, I don't see nothing but people just showing him walking. Like, anyway, so. But anyway, Cyber Gunner said, yeah, bro, media and anti-Xbox influencers are always looking to bury Xbox. They're always. And it's an incredible feat for Xbox, even though, of course, Xbox does step on the rake, and Xbox constantly, when they have a good opportunity, do something completely wacky and just kind of do it, because because the thing of it is that I don't know if they think that because Xbox is now putting their games on other platforms and stuff like that, that they're going to get good graces. They're never going to get good graces. They're just not. There are people that want Xbox to be nothing but Sega. As we can see, they want Xbox games. It was never about the Xbox games. It's just about Xbox being competition towards Sony. And when people say, well, there's no competition and blah, 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 and the third, and then when the Xbox do something to elevate gaming, then it's all this, that, and the third. It's really crazy. It's nuts how they operate, and the media just does it, and it's ridiculous. Like, it just blows my mind. Like, I mean, every game has to be rated high, and to give them an opportunity to try to, and that's not hating on anything, but I mean, damn, there's some games out there that warranted a lot of space instead of a couple of games that's come through the VGAs or at other places that belong there more so than some of the games that they really want you to say, oh, they're great, this is that and the third. It is bananas to me how they glaze over over Sony like that. But again, that's a lot of their overlords, man. So I mean, it's just what a lot of what Sony owns. I mean, a lot of these businesses Sony owns, and it's a fact. IGN, the person who's in charge of IGN is a ex-Sony rep, so of course, right? Anyway, so he said I'm still getting an Xbox. Of course. Layoff sucks, but it's nature at this point. No, and absolutely right. Like, see, that's the thing. The layoffs it's everywhere. And that's the thing of it, is where we're seeing layoffs happening all over the place, all over the country. Hell, there's, and because, and then like wages are getting stagnated. It's not really the best time. Like, you just sit there and look at the GDP and how all of that's gone down. It's a 4-year low. So I mean, it's a weird situation after we're having, the economy seemed like it was getting back on its feet, and now we got all this other crazy stuff going on. So so layoffs is going to happen, and especially also what the thing in the gaming space is. I mean, if gamers aren't hitting these publishers' expectations, they're being quick to ice. And listen, I haven't played Forza Motorsport in a while. Love Motorsport. I like Motorsport better than I do Horizon, and I just love the Forza. I love Forza racers just way more than anything else. Damn near. But I haven't played Motorsport in a minute. And I don't know what the sales numbers are. I mean, we know that they're not going to ever catch. I would be a fool to try to say that Forza Motorsport would ever catch Horizon. Horizon is just is a very casual, entertaining racer that dominates, right? Motorsport is in a different lane. People want more of Horizon, but again, motorsport is very important because if it wasn't for motorsport, you wouldn't have never had Horizon. Yeah, the worries and fears from certain people that's talking about that motorsport is going to, Turn 10 is going to be one of the studios to close. I completely doubt it. I think that what, if anything, at worst, that they'll merge it with Playground Games and it'll be called, Turn 10/Playground or some new name or something like that. But we'll find out whether Deep Cuts is going to happen. I don't know. I just don't think that there'll be studios that'll close. I think the opportunity for where that could have happened, Xbox already sold those studios. So we'll see. And I could be completely wrong. And again, it will be totally elevated to the next level. Now, if they're saying that like Turn 10 is gone and you'll never get another motorsport, well, then that's chaos, right? Then that is the absolute worst scenario. And we're like, what the hell? But I don't see it being that. I just think it's going to be cuts, and we'll see how deep it is, and hope those people find jobs elsewhere and things of that nature. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, I was just reading something earlier that was saying that a studio, matter of fact, the studio that made the game Mind Eye, which I had my eye on that. Literally, I had my eye on that game, right? And I wanted to pull the trigger, but I was just like, no. This just screams this game is going to drop its price here in probably about, I give it a month. So so I'll just wait because I do want to play it, and hell, the game might eventually drop on Game Pass. But anyway, that studio is now there's layoffs there, and I believe that studio is closing down. So unfortunately, because of the poor sales, and again, the actor even came out and said, "Listen, the main protagonist in the game, he said, listen, I hate when games get released prematurely. And that is something that these publishers have to start understanding and dealing with. You cannot ask for more money, all the, for these games, and then expect us to just say, okay, thank you, we'll wait for a patch. It is not happening. There's too many games out there that are safe that we know that we'll get to play and we enjoy. And we are now, and I know just for me, myself, we'll wait. So that's just the reality of it. There's no way in the world that I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to buy a game for $60, $70. And there's nobody that has review copies. I'm like I said, I don't listen to the big time people for reviews anymore. I watch kind of some smaller channels, some channels that some lesser known people that maybe I don't even listen to normally or whatever, and listen to what their thoughts of, or if it's just like for me, if I show off a game that just recently comes out, I just go through it and let people just judge by themselves, right? And that's the best way for me to get my review, because I know what I like to play and I know what I don't want to play. So that's it. And it was too buggy, and it looked like it would be fun to play for a $30, $20 game, and hell, some people might say, man, you go ahead and let me get that for about $15, $10. I'm good. And I feel you on that. There's just too much stuff out there to play to be worrying about, oh yeah, I want this game. Then we got just around the corner, college football, Madden. There's going to be the Demon Scrolls. Is it Demon Scrolls? I think that's what's called. Whatever, the fighting game from the anime. and that's coming out. That's something I'm interested in. Then you're gonna have the Mafia game coming out. There, I mean, there's, and I know that that's a free to play for for the, is it Ex Machina? I think that's what it's called. I can't remember what the hell it's called. I just know I want to play it. So there's just a lot of stuff coming out. So I'm just basically looking at that and saying, yeah, I'm on it. But I can wait for a sale for that, and maybe hopefully it can come into Game Pass or something like that, and then I can go ahead and just experience it. The best thing to do though is for it to, get patched up and be ready to go. But yeah, just asking for that, it's crazy. So yeah, it's just, these companies are not playing around. They're not playing around. If it's not hitting, they're pulling the plug, and that's what even makes it more scary for games that are games that you spend money into, and like a Marathon or a Concord or something of that nature, and they're gone within a year. The X Defiant game and all that, like, yeah, it's crazy. Like, and I liked X Defiant. I thought X Defiant was cool, but again, you only got so much time in the day. You only got so much time in the week. You only got so much time in the year. You know what I mean? There's always going to be those certain games that you're definitely going to be putting more money into. And yeah, Wu Chang. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, so Wu Chang. I think that's how you say it, pronounce it. Yeah, that's going to be dropping here next month, later next month. I mean, I don't know how you guys feel about Killing Floor, but Killing Floor 3 is dropping. I'm really excited about that. Like, I mean, it's just too much coming out. You asking for money, and then the game is broken. Even though it intrigued me, it really did have me like, hey, but yeah, nah, just ain't doing that. And like, my mind is all on the short bet, which is the college and Madden bundle. I'm just ready for it. I've already got it set up to where I'm waiting for the pre-order. Because I think you can pre-order it now, but Xbox got this weird dingy way to where you used to pre-order a couple of weeks before, something like that, and then now you got to wait, I don't know, less than 10 days, 5 days, and I don't know, it always kind of threw me off. So I'm just waiting until probably 2 days before the game launches, and so I'm going to go ahead and just get that, and I'm going to be ready for that. And also, let me say this, Husky, I'm coming for you, brother. I'm going to start. I said this about 2 years ago that I was going to start a sports night where I was going to be playing sports games and competing against people and playing online and stuff like I do Fight Night. And so I'm finna do that. I'm finally finna do it. And the day that college football starts, I'm doing it. Even if I get cooked, I'm doing it. But Husky, I'm looking for you. I'm gonna hunt you down, man. My Boomer Sooner. I'm coming from you, brother. I'm coming. You know what I'm saying? And Crisper said, let me know, brother. I'm coming. The day of, I will be streaming. So all you got to do is hit me up. KMega405 on Xbox. On Xbox, I mean, it's KMega5 everywhere except for PlayStation. I'm K-Poc on PlayStation, but no, I'll be having my Madden and my college on and my NBA 2K when I eventually get NBA 2K on my Xbox. I play all my sports games on Xbox. So, but yeah, we'll be doing that. We'll be doing that for sure. Yeah, 7 to 10 days. It really trips me out. So yeah, we'll finally be doing it. I said it 2 years ago, and I remember game down sites. I played a couple of games online, but man, that's when things started going crazy for me, and all of this and that, and then it just went into a tailspin, and I really just started losing time and just only had to just be focused on GRG and then hopping on a couple of podcasts here or there, trying to do Fight Night on a continuous basis. That was it. But now I got freedom. So I got some freedom. I say that now I got to go help my son do something tomorrow, which I was looking to relax because it was hot during that parade and I'm still feeling the effects of it. Bro, it was blazing. Man, it was hot as hell out there, but man, it was nuts. It was over 500,000 people out there. And listen, for people who aren't familiar with Oklahoma, man, Oklahoma City has only got like 700 and some thousand people in the city of Oklahoma City. I mean, I think in the state we have around 3-4 million people, and that, like, the biggest towns in the state is Oklahoma City, Tulsa, and Lawton. And after that, you can kind of spread it around. But yeah, so that's huge. And the city's growing. I'm happy about Oklahoma City growing. I can tell by the traffic that we're getting. So, and that's a good thing because the city itself is getting bigger, and that's contributed to the Thunder being here. We got a soccer stadium being built out here. We're the farm league for the Dodgers. Ugh, should be for Padres. But other than that, and so the city's growing, and I'm happy about that. So when I'm seeing people that's trying to hate and say that there was nobody to trust me, it was a 2-mile. It was nuts. It was nuts. There was a lot of people there, and it was on a Tuesday at 10:30 in the morning. Well, it started like an hour later. So, but yeah, come on, man. If this was like today, or so they had the parade tomorrow on a Saturday, man, we would have been over. It would have been shit. It would have been 1.5 million out there. No, because there was people tripping. They were mad that they couldn't go. So because there's other people that they had to work. So it is what it is. Let's see. Originally said try Game Pass on the Quest 2. It got way better compared to last year. Now you can dim the room. Now that's another thing that I was going to touch on too as well, since this is my last point talking about the layoffs. I hate that for anybody that gets laid off. And listen, there's no excuses. I mean, Xbox, they're Microsoft itself is doing fantastic. I mean, they're about to be a $5 trillion company, and you would think like, damn, you're a $5 trillion company and you're laying people off. But man, it's the way business is rolling. They're anticipating something within the market. That's usually how this works. They're anticipating something in the market. When you start seeing this, I mean, this has happened like in 2008. This has happened in like 2020. Of course, that was a different scenario because of the pandemic. But like when you start seeing this type of stuff, they're looking and seeing that the markets are looking kind of shaky, and they're just trying to, make sure that their books look good for their investors. So Phil and them got to sit there and appease Amy Hood and them. So it is what it is. So it sucks to hear it, and I don't want anybody to lose their job. Shit, that sucks. But it's the nature of the beast, man. It's happened everywhere. I just wish that the media and you can't expect anything from these content creators, because they live off of drama and chaos and all that. So that's just what it is, right, on that end. But from the gaming media's perspective, you would think that they would have a little bit more understanding about these things, instead of just trying to make this into a story because it's going to get more clicks. And it's kind of crazy, man. I mean, but like I said, I've lost a lot of respect for a lot of gaming. Not everybody. There's still a lot of people I listen to and respect. But for the majority of it, I've lost a lot of respect, especially, I mean, it went all the way back to when they were trying to compare a review of God of War, the remaster for like which was just a pretty reskin for the PlayStation 4 version, compared to Gears of War remaster and or the Ultimate, and it was a far better game, right? And they still were doing all that. I was starting to lose respect then, and then you go into the Insomniac leaks, where they were talking about that they didn't want to talk about the leaks. They wanted to care about the developer, and then when Xbox started having leaks or anything of that nature, they were all in. Or with NVIDIA leaks and all that. The double standards is ridiculous. So anyway, but let's move on. That thing with I haven't, and see, that's another thing too. I haven't heard a lot of people. I've seen it, and maybe I haven't really been looking for it, because I'm really not the biggest fan of VR like that. And again, it's not something that I want. Like when people would say, well, if Xbox had their own VR, you would buy it. No, I wouldn't. I mean, now, if my kids bought it or something like that, like my son loved VR. He bought the Quest. And so like I played on it. I thought it was cool, but then I just realized like that ain't, I don't know. I got burnt out when I tried to believe in Nintendo and what they were doing way back when they did the whole trying to do the whole VR thing. And I understand the technology then compared to now is light years ahead. But I don't know, man. It's just one of the things. I don't want to break nothing. I don't want to break my hand or break myself even more. Like I don't want no other issues. So I'm just like it's whatever. But it is cool that they do have that. I know that it's $100 more, and it doesn't have any really too many extra features to it. So it's just kind of like off a name brand only, and they're going to hit you over the head for an extra $100. So that's a no for me. So, but it is cool that people who are into VR will have the opportunity to do it. Kepper said, if I pick OU, who should you pick? Bro, I don't know. Like, are you an OU fan like me, or you know what I'm saying? Because then, if you're a fan of Oklahoma sports like OSU, that OSU might be pretty good. But if not, then I would say LSU would be really good. They have like I think one of the highest rated stadiums in the not only in the game but just in real life in the league. You could go with Penn State. You could go with Texas. You could go with Georgia. You could go with I don't know how Oregon is going to be this year. I'm sure Oregon is going to be fine, but I don't know. Ohio State, like I mean, there's plenty of other teams. There's other teams that's going to be out there. But man, listen, I got to roll. Boomer Sooner over here. I can't. I feel nasty if I'm playing with anything. Now, if I'm playing the Road to Glory stuff like that, the franchise mode, I always kind of will pick an underdog. Like so, like I'll pick a team. Like there's a black college called Langston University. And so I picked them and had them transfer over to what was it? Was it D1? I think that's what it's called for the league that all the big schools are in. And so I had them go into the Big 12. And so I do that type of stuff. But like when I'm playing people online, I like to play with I usually don't deviate. So I'm going to play with my Sooners. I'm going to play with my Rams. I'm going to play with, if I'm playing baseball, it's going to be the Padres. If I'm playing with, now like tennis and stuff like that, I'll play with all different types of players or something like that. I don't really play too much golf, but I would play with different players or something like that. Hockey, it's Penguins. It's Penguins for me. So that's got. I just kind of stay with my teams. I don't ever kind of just play with anybody else, especially in Madden. I couldn't tell you when's the last time I played another team. I feel like I'm disrespecting my team. I'm disrespecting my Rams if I ever pick somebody else. College football is a little bit different, because I don't mind trying to learn how to play with OSU or Tulsa or something like that, or maybe a team like Missouri, something like that. I ain't tripping about too much, but when I'm playing online, it's got to be the Sooners every time, baby, every time. So, I get what somebody's saying. 75% of the state showed up, bro. He says, well, listen, I know that they had other little small parades in other towns and stuff for when they couldn't make it out to the city. So I did see that. So that part, I was ecstatic. I mean, listen, man, like I said, I've barely played any games this week. I tried to play a little bit more Assassin's Creed. I just couldn't. I just been watching nothing but Thunder. I watched all of the NBA draft, both first round and second. I've just been, man, I'm a person that likes to watch a lot of politics. I ain't really watched a lot of that. I've been all in on my Thunder all week long, man. I've been on cloud nine. Can't nobody take it away from me, man. I'm so stoked. I'm so stoked. I'm reading Husky. I'm reading the YouTube chats. Hold on. Yeah, I'm seeing them. Hold on. Let me see. Hold on, I'm reading them. No, I'm reading. He said, yeah, I'm reading. I'm just kind of going through and talking, and I'm seeing what I'm not seeing what's like. But what's going on with Stanley? Let me go through. Let me see if Husky said something crazy to me up in here. And maybe I'm missing it on Restream. That would be crazy. Oh yeah. Husky, I see. He said, I heard you looking for me. Yeah, bro. I'm looking for you, sucker. I'm looking for you. Oh yeah, I'm looking for you. I'm like I said, day one. Let's do it online. Sport. The start of sports night. I've been saying that for the last 2 years that I was going to start it. I'm starting it. There'll be my sports night. There'll be my fight night. You know what I'm saying? You just name the day of when we can play, and then that will be sports night. And then if that's a Saturday or something like that, I'm cool with that. And then I got a Saturday and I got a Sunday for my fight night. So it's all good. All good. All good for real. But yeah, I'm excited for people who do like um the Quest 2, or I'll just say VR. Finally, Xbox has something that they can work with, and but I mean, listen, you don't even see PlayStation. I mean, PlayStation does show games from VR, but it's not at the bulk like they did. You don't even see the normal people that I used to see talking and bragging about VR, PlayStation, the PSVR 2 at all. I don't see it no more. I just don't. It's so. I mean, I don't know. The peripheral was just too expensive. And then like the one thing that hurt it, and I still don't know this. Please let me know in the chat. Is the PlayStation VR 2 still not compatible with PC? Because I know that was one of the big thing. Like, there was like, why is it not compatible with PC? Like, it would cook. It's affordable. It would be affordable for people who want it. And so I don't know, but people let me know in the chat. He said, "Beg, do not mean strange things for me. Get his products. I pass." Oh my goodness. Let's see what Chili said. Actually, it's good value. You get the better head strap, 3 months of Game Pass, and a limited edition Xbox controller. So the $100 extra. Oh, okay. Well, okay. All right. So it's more for accessory plus 3 months of Game Pass. That's a win, especially how Game Pass is cooking right now. So yeah, okay. I can see that. I can see that. I mean, I was just looking at it when I heard it, when I first heard about it, they basically was just saying like there was really no value in it. And so I was like, oh, well, because they were saying there was no extra, no true real extras. So I was just kind of going off and piggybacking off of what they were saying. That man said, "Go Gators." Listen to you, sucker. I bring them Gators. I mean, them Gators are going to be nice this year. The Gators is going to be nice, man. But listen, Mateer's coming. Mateer's coming. So we ready. We ready. We ready, Husky. So I am looking for you. Oh, and also, before I move on to our main topic of the day, I gotta reach out to the Iron Lords. Now that the finals is over, King David, next week, I'm coming. I'm gonna step into your realm. You've been crying and moaning and groaning. I've been doing fight night, and I sold myself short. I said 6 years. I've been doing fight night since Mixer, since there was Mixer, bro. I've been doing this for about 8 years now, 7, 8 years. I've been doing fight night for 7, 8 years. Ain't seen, heard a peep. Now Addict has come into fight night a few times, but ain't seen or heard from him. But since you want it, I'll be there. I'll be there next week. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna say he said 6 o'clock or something like that. So I don't know. I mean, that's East Coast time. That's guess that'll be 5. I don't know. I mean, I guess he got to go to bed. He is kind of old, so he's I think he's older than me. I don't know, maybe slightly older than me, but but if he got to have his graham cracker and milk and got to go to bed a little early. I mean, I'm a night owl, man. I'm not young either, but hey, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I like to be the freaks come out at night, so I'm coming through. I'm saying what's up. And we're gonna see what it do. We're gonna see what that life is over there with the Iron Lords. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna see what it's like, David. So I'm letting you know. I'm accepting that invite. I told you after the finals, you'll see and hear from me. I know that you was doing a lot of this on the Iron Lords podcast. So just letting you know, brother. I'm on my way. I'm ready to knock on that door. So. And we're gonna see what you want. Like, and then I hope you will come on through fight night sometime and we can enjoy each other's company. You know what I'm saying, and then see where it all lays out. So that is something that we'll be definitely doing going forward as well. But yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so this Xbox app, that's on the Xbox PC app, right? It's a beta. You have to be with the Xbox Insiders. Okay, so I posted this. Hold on, let me do this right fast. So, I'm looking for you too. I'm looking for you too. I did. I was talking to you. I was saying. You said go Gators. You said I heard you. Yeah. I heard you. I heard you. Hold on. Let me go ahead. Oh, it's all good. Hold on. Let me get your voice in here because I had to do this recalibration. So, hold on. Let me do this. Dang it. Is it properties? Yeah. Let's do that. Okay, go ahead and say something. Yeah, I can hear you, but I'm trying to see if people can hear you. Hold on, keep talking. No, they can't hear you because it ain't. Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do this. All right, hold on. Let me get off of that. Okay, I'm sure they'll hear you now. Go ahead and say something.
Let's see.
Yeah, they can hear you. No, it's on me. It was on my. Okay. It was on my end. I had to reset everything. All right. So what's going on, man? What's happening? What's happening? So yeah, I'm looking. Oh yeah, I'm looking for you. Yes. The start of the sports night, brother. I want you and me to finally do that. We said we'd be talking about it, and I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. I'm ready for it. I'm so hyped. I'm so hyped for this game. I'm boy.
I saw the I've been covering. I've had to cover the like the deep dives and stuff they've been doing. So I've been doing those. But I saw the Road to Glory deep dive today, and I saw the Road to Glory deep dive was cool, but that Dynasty deep dive they did, where they talked about everything that's like it's so much they didn't update, they didn't change from last year to this year in alone, like from the recruiting to where like if you're a small school, if you got to pay more to recruit somebody, like say you from Alabama and you're trying to recruit this guy from California, you got to pay. If you're a smaller school, you got to pay more. You spend more like more points or whatever to recruit him. Then if I was Alabama trying to recruit him, it'll be lower, like little stuff like that. Yeah. They got like dynamic deal breakers now. So if you recruit a player and he don't get the right amount of playing time, like they can jump in the portal. It's a lot of stuff.
That's dope. I did not see that. That's dope.
They got like what else? Of course they got the coaches, and then also your coach. They got they updated the stuff for like custom coaches. Like so you can literally they had like you can wear a cutoff shirt and shorts on the sideline. Your coach can be dressed like that. Like little stuff like that. They also did what else they put in there? They changed a bunch of stuff. Also, like you have to build your identity now because they got real life coaches in the game now. You have each like Ohio State will play like Ohio State. Oklahoma go play like Oklahoma. So whatever they do in real life, they're supposed to do in the game. It's supposed to be like a coaching identity. So if you start over as a creative coach, you have to build your identity. They also increased it from 50 to 100 now. So it's maxed out. So it don't stop at 50, it stop at 100 now, I'm so happy they did that.
Me too.
I got so mad at that last year.
Like, man, what are y'all doing? Like, I mean, you can, and then they were so stagnant with the points like throughout the season. Oh my goodness, bro. Also another thing too that I seen that with like, and I love this. They're implementing it in Madden as well, where you where the player gets the injury. But now, like it's according to like if on the field, like because they revamped how the hard hits are. So if you hit that player, and if that player tries to go and try to do something with that arm or leg or whatever that they were, like it's almost like it's going to be almost instantaneous that their severity of the injury is going to be worse, and they could be out longer. I'm like, yo, that is impressive stuff, man. I saw that. The coaches, I heard about the coach. I read about the coach thing, but I didn't know about that. It was that detailed where you can do all that with like the you can kind of do whatever you want to with the custom coaches. But yeah, that's it, man. College is, and then they added more playbooks. So there'll be more like the identity of these teams. Like they'll have more of their identical plays and stuff. Oh my goodness! Like, and then the customization, all of that. It's gonna be fun, man. I can't wait. Husky. I can't wait, brother. I am so stoked on that, and my wife is not gonna like it because I'm gonna be in here because when I play those games, I get loud. So, so yeah, I'm super stoked on it. Super stoked. You still there? Uh-oh. I think he left. I think he bounced out. I think he might have to go somewhere. I can't hear him no more. I see him still there, but he probably had to talk. He's probably talking to somebody or whatever. But okay, so until he comes back, wanted to go ahead and talk about what I showed. And first thing I did was talking about about the Xbox app. And so the Xbox app that's available through on PC. What is it?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. But go ahead. We can discuss college football later. Let's talk about
okay.
I know the Xbox app.
Yeah. Okay. So have you got a chance to mess with it?
I'm an insider, but I don't have it yet. So that's one thing. I don't have that yet.
Okay, so let me go ahead and let me show it because I posted it and I was just like, well, why do I need why do I need a PlayStation anymore? That was just my thing of just saying like, listen, I knew what I was doing when I posted it, but it was more of the same like, this is exactly what I want. Like while PlayStation gamers are saying, well, why do I need an Xbox? Then by all means, that's fine. That's cool. You know what I mean? Like everybody is in that perspective of winning. So why is it that I can't win? You know what I mean? Like this is a game changer for me. So let me get to it. Okay, so here's the display right here. And so you'll see, and right after I posted what I posted this information right here to let people see how it works. Okay, so you see me playing Spider-Man 2. And again, I love playing it on the Xbox controller. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even, I know that the PlayStation 5 controller is much improved. It's really, really a good controller. But I mean, I'm just the haptics is cool, but man, I'm an elite controller guy. So but so you can see right here, as I'm going through it, it's for it to be a beta, it is pretty seamless. It's pretty quick. And so like, like I've tried up a few games and there was some like real long pauses but for the most part, you'll see kind of how like seamless this is. Like it kind of just boom, you got it, boom, boom, and you're right there. And to me, it's just 100% just, this is what I want. This is exactly what I've been asking for. Like it just is where I can play my games. If I'm not on my Xbox console, I can play this here. And I'm knowing that there are people that's getting upset and they were like, hey, well, it's just an app. It's not like, it's not anything new. I never said this was new. But the one question I kept asking people was that what console maker have done this? And they never could respond. Nobody has done this. And that to me is why it's a game changer, because this is just a prototype to what Xbox is going to be adding to the console, to the new console. Because then this is what you'll be able to do when you add Steam and GOG and Epic Store and EA and Ubisoft, those online products over there to or apps over to the Xbox with the new generation. That's where the game changer is that I don't need to go anywhere. Like if I want to say, because to be honest, there's certain games like people ask too and say, well, you got a gaming PC. Why you just don't game on a gaming PC? And I'll let it roll again just to let you see it. And I'm like, because there are certain older games that I play on Xbox that runs a hell of a lot smoother than what they do on PC. There are some games, and there's some new games that don't run well, that needs patches, and these developers prioritize the consoles more they do than the PC. They'll go back to the PC and then they'll go and they'll add, like Hogwarts Legacy is one of them. Hogwarts Legacy needed a patch forever. They didn't give that patch until like almost a year and a half later. So that's the type of stuff that I'm talking about. But anyway, Husky, what do you think about this? As I'm hoping that you're seeing it in action. What do you think? Okay, so what do you think?
I think it's honestly truly amazing. The fact that we'll have, so like you mentioned, this is beta testing basically for the Rogue Xbox Ally and the Rogue Xbox Ally X, and which is essentially another testing phase, which will be for the next console. So the next console that we get from Xbox, like it's already been rumored, they've stated it before, and with the beta test that's going on, the next console is going to be able to run Steam OS, GOG, maybe Epic, and maybe EA, all that stuff. You'll be able to do all that from your console, and that's going to be a game changer. And I know a lot of people will be like, "Well, I've seen," because when I did my TikTok video and people were commenting. I had a few people commenting talking about, "Well, I like Xbox or whatever, but I just get a PC and all that." And listen, if you want to get a PC, there's nothing wrong with that. But it's a lot of people that's still out there that loves the simplicity of plug and play.
Yes.
That will forever be a go-to. That will forever be a game changer of it's in itself. If you can make something as simple as can be, and people will pay for their convenience. They'll pay a little bit more.
Yes.
But all I gotta do is plug this up and it's gonna work and run everything I needed to work with no problems. I ain't gotta go retool. I ain't gotta change nothing. And I get it. People are like, well, it's easy. And granted, it might be. But for some people, they don't want to do that. And there's nothing wrong with that. Just like when you get your phones, if you had to upgrade your memory in your phone all the time, some people don't want to do it. So they would pay for their convenience. And so they wouldn't have to do that. You know what I'm saying? So there's like anything. If you had to buy, every time you bought shoes, you had to pay to put the laces in them. Or you got to have you do like, or you could pay pay extra $5 and it'll come laced up. You think you ain't gonna pay that $5? You want to lace your shoes up every time? So I'm just saying that convenience of plug and play will never get old. And the fact that this, like I said, people have their, so they'll be able to combine their Steam library and their Xbox library, everything all in one, or not all in one, but everything right there together. Like, that's amazing, man. Like, you can't beat that.
No.
For those people that got like thousands of games on Steam, and then they still got some stuff from like the 360 generation that they have on their Xbox. Like, it's right there for them. So it's amazing.
Yeah, bro, it is. That's the thing. Like, I mean, and another thing, because I'm seeing Fahim is in the chat and he's saying, well, why? I'm just asking. And that is one of the reasons, is because I have a huge library that on Xbox. That is where I game the most. Even though I have picked up my PC gaming substantially, but even when I get those yearly reviews, I have still been on Xbox more than I've been on PC. And we're talking about a person that, like, if you see, like, if I'm locked in on something, I'm locked in. Like right now on, I'm trying to hurry up and finish Assassin's Creed Shadows. And I got like 175 hours in that right now. You see what I'm saying? So like that's like when I'm locked in on something, I'm locked in on it. Like and that's the thing. Like I tried to do that achievement score stuff. That stuff is ridiculous. I mean, kudos to the people that do it, but it ain't for me. I just wanna game. But I have this big library on Xbox, and my second biggest library is on PC. So if I can merge the two, we winning. And then also on top of that, with Play Anywhere, it's less double dipping. It's less double dipping. So I don't have to worry about having to buy this game on PlayStation, this game on PC, especially if I have friends that play on either one and refuse to want to play it on Xbox or refuse to play it on PC. If they don't, if we have the option to where we can play those games in capacity together. And of course, they have to be a cross-play component from the developer themselves. But if you can have that option where more games are going to be cross-play and things like that, then it's a win. It's too much of a value to ignore, in my opinion. I don't know. What's your thoughts? Uh-oh. Uh-oh, he went blank again. He said, let me see what Fahim said. He says updating the phone is not the same, sir. It is the same.
And look,
okay, go ahead.
it is. My bad. My youngest son here.
Oh, it's all right. It's all right.
So what Fahim is saying to me, it's not the same. It essentially is the same thing for him. Like, you just being nitpicky. But anyway, as far as, I apologize. What was the question? Because I had both.
You was talking to me. No, that's okay.
To me.
No, I was just basically saying that you don't have to so much double dip and triple dip like you used to, especially with Xbox going with Play Anywhere. There's just too much value in this, especially if you're an Xbox gamer that has has a big library. And on top of that, it is true that Xbox they are trying to have gamers say, look, I'm just going to go ahead and get me a PC, instead of them saying, I want to go get a PlayStation. That's the alternative of it, because if you go to PC, you're still dealing with Xbox and Microsoft. So instead of dealing with PlayStation and having their little ecosystem, you're still in that Xbox Microsoft realm. So they're like, okay, if you're mad at Xbox, regrettably, we're still going to try to make it available for you to play our games on a PC. And with Play Anywhere, you only got to buy that game one time, and we good. I just look at it as a win-win. Go ahead.
It is. It definitely is, because like you said, for those people that, when everything started shifting, or Xbox started changing their direction, you had a good number of people showing out for the internet, trading in their Xboxes, going to get PlayStation, or I'm going to build a PC. But I guarantee those people who went and got a PC, or built a PC or whatever, start playing on PC primarily, I guarantee you, if they don't have Game Pass, PC Game Pass, I'm pretty sure they have, they're still buying certain Xbox games, whether they're buying them outright or buying them on Steam. They're still doing something that's supporting the Microsoft umbrella, basically.
Yeah.
So either way it goes, it's just like they're gonna get you in their ecosystem some way, somehow. No matter whether you have a console, you have a handheld, no matter if you're on the PC and you're doing Game Pass PC, or you're buying their games direct, or buying their games from Steam. Hell, even if you have a PlayStation like Fahim and and other people, if you're still buying those Xbox games, or those games that that money still trickles down, even though Sony gets a profit, but the majority of that goes where? To Microsoft.
Right.
So when you buy Gears of War, the new Gears of War remastered or reloaded, or when you buy the Oblivion, or when you buy South of Midnight, or or Minecraft, whatever's on PlayStation, when you're buying all those, granted PlayStation gets some, but the majority of that goes back to Microsoft for them to put back into their stuff and make more games for us Xbox gamers, or whatever the case may be.
Right. Okay. Well, again, and then like how for him, and this is what the argument with a lot of people, like they were just trying to come out with this reasoning of trying to poo-poo it as usual, and until they realized that they want it themselves. That's all this is. Sony gamers want this themselves. We all know this, right? But what's crazy is that we understand that we're buying PlayStation games, but we're not buying them. We're not in the PlayStation ecosystem like that. For instance, my case in point, I understand that PlayStation wants you to sign up into their games. All right, that's cool. If we want to sign up into Death Stranding 2 for 80 hours, okay, that's great. But I'm still in that time where I'm playing Death Stranding. I'm going back to the Xbox ecosystem to play Call of Duty or Madden or Avowed or something on Game Pass, things of that nature, because that makes you feel more comfortable with your platform. It's no different than how PlayStation gamers try to make this point about Xbox games coming to PlayStation. It's like, well, I got my PlayStation library and I feel comfortable with my PlayStation controller, and Xbox is making 70% off of you buying that Xbox game. While Xbox gamers, some of them, not all, but will get the game will play the game through Game Pass, or they'll buy just the upgraded version, or they'll just buy the game outright if that game is the game that they want day one, or they can go back and they can get the game at a discount at some other point. So like there's options there, while PlayStation gamers don't have an option when it comes to Xbox games. Xbox gamers have options, and this is why I'm saying here's the game changer. People try to make this thing, oh, well, I get to play Ghost of Yoritai day one. And that's great. But Xbox gamers have so many games to play this year alone. And we got a backlog. Plus, you know what I'm saying, that we can wait. And it's even more positive from that way. If PlayStation still wants to play that game, that's fine. Because you know what that means? When Ghost of Yoritai comes to PC, it's going to be cheaper than what it was than day one. And that's why I keep always alluding to is saying that PlayStation is eventually going to start doing more day and dates, because they're losing money. They're losing money if they go and they see this whole thing of like, I understand that they want to do this with the console, and they want to, it garners console sales and things of that nature. I get that. But for the PC community, if you're going to bring that game over to PC a year, 6 months to a year later, it's going to automatically be depreciated, because single player games just depreciate. So yes, Spider-Man was probably the more expensive game when it came out, like at $60, but you guys paid $70, and I got Spider-Man for $42 because I bought the pre-order edition. Well at hand. Stellar Blade is another game that it came out at like, I think it's $60. Well, if you go to CD Keys or Green Man or whatever, you can get that game for 40 some bucks. You can get that game for 50, yep. $52. So I'm like, so that's fine. I'm willing to wait. Now, why are you saying 2 years? They're not holding these games 2 years anymore. That whole talk about waiting 2 to 5 years, that shit is over with, brother. You know what I'm saying? And again, so it's just like with Hellblade. Hellblade came out last year. Came out a year and a few months ago. But I don't see y'all talking about it. Yeah, and the only thing I see that you guys is talking about, oh, we got Hellblade. But y'all had to wait. I mean, what do we... Like I said, y'all contradict yourselves all the time. And hold on, is it cheaper? Is Hellblade cheaper on PlayStation, or is it the same price as it was when it first came out on Xbox last year?
Let me see.
Okay,
I don't know. I could have sworn it was
the same price.
But you know, it's Hellblade. It's the enhanced versions is what they're getting. So it is. Let's see if I can find it. There we go. So it's showing, well, that's the deluxe edition. It's showing $69.99 for the deluxe edition, and $49. It's $50 for the regular edition, and $70 for the deluxe edition. Okay, so and this is what's crazy. Wasn't the game $40? Was it? I thought it was $40. I don't think it was $50. Was it 40? Was it 50? I thought it was 40. I thought I got it for 40. It might have been. It might have been for. Let me look and see if they got it on. It was 49. It was 50. It's same price. It was 50. Okay, I don't know. But maybe I use it. Maybe I was using my points and I got it. And I got it for. Yeah. That's the thing. You could have been. I had my Xbox rewards and I got it for 35. Yeah, because I thought it was 40. But okay, maybe I used $15 worth of my rewards points. But regardless, I mean, and still look at this. You guys are saying, oh, we got the enhanced version. We get the enhanced version for free. So we getting the 60 frames per second on Xbox Series X for free. So you're paying listen, that's fine. It is what it is. You got Xbox games over there, and it seems like we do know now that you guys love Xbox games, and that's great. That's great. We knew it. We knew you did, but go ahead, spend the money and help us Xbox gamers to have a better Game Pass, to help the studios, to bring out more heat,
we appreciate it. I mean, Xbox is doing like I said before. I got over the shock of it, and now I'm done with it. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, cool. I see this new move that Xbox is doing, and it's so much more convenient for me. I can't speak for everybody else, but for me, and I'm sure for other Xbox gamers out there, it's a feel of convenience because we're not buying PlayStation games in bulk like some people do. Hell, I mean, as we look at the sales numbers of other games that comes on PlayStation, y'all not buying a lot of these games in bulk like y'all used to on the PlayStation 4 era either. But it's the thing of like, it's comfortable for me to where I don't have to even boot up a PlayStation because I got the definitive edition of that PlayStation game that I want to play on my PC. I'm cool with it. And as long as, and when that comes onto the next Xbox, where you got Steam on there and I can play those PlayStation games on my Xbox, bro, what, there's nothing you can do. And PlayStation's not, and why would PlayStation block that? PlayStation would be losing money. Because what that means is that if they're going to block Xbox, they're going to block Steam. So, and that's not going to happen. And especially as Stellar Blade did fantastic numbers for on Steam. So man, stop it. Like, it's all about money. I mean, if it's a weird
the only thing I can see them doing,
yeah.
The only thing I can see them doing is we're just requiring that you log into
PlayStation, yeah,
PlayStation account.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I can see them doing is making people get a PlayStation account. Other than that, that's the only thing. Because you can't, like you said, like people PlayStation to just found a way to block it, and like you just said, they would lose so much money if they decided to do that. Like, you got to think about it, because like you said, you blocking that from it, because it's not like the game itself is not being pulled up or booted up by Xbox. It's the Xbox is running Steam OS. It's just so happened you're playing it on an Xbox, but it's running through the Steam OS app, so they can't essentially block it. And then, like I said, even if they tried, they will hurt themselves. Like you said, people love to bring up that PlayStation is crush it when it comes to console sales and all that. That is amazing. But it's also been reported, and it's also a known thing that these developers and publishers and these companies, they take losses on their consoles.
Yep.
Because all the technology in there, they have to take a loss on it because they can't charge the actual price it is. So they take a loss on that. Where they make their money is what? Software.
Yep.
And as we see, Microsoft software is king. PlayStation software, first party titles been kind of, Death Stranding 2 just dropped. I haven't played it yet, but people talking about its potential game of the year, which is amazing. I'm so happy for that. I'm looking forward to Ghost of Yotei. But the thing of it is, these first party titles that PlayStation have dropped have been few and far between. We haven't had, so it's like the software that you're supposed to get with the PlayStation and all that stuff to help it or help like sales or just add money to your company, it's not there.
No, not.
Or it's barely there. It's some, but it ain't as much as it should be, especially compared to like the last generation.
Right. And if people don't believe that, then all you got to go is look in what the devs of Helldivers 2 did. They went out and they were like, listen, this isn't our call. Because remember when they had all those gamers blocked and then they got review bombed because that gave, they had to, and that might have hurt their chances of getting, getting more awards and maybe getting more incentives for them. So they were like, PlayStation, you got to fix this, and PlayStation back down. Then they, and they said that's the thing. It's like, yeah, okay. I mean, we know what the situation is, and Xbox gamers who don't like, and that's another thing too. There'll be more Xbox gamers that would sign up to Steam and not buy a PlayStation. You see what I'm saying? So if you got the app and because that's all the app is, that's all the Steam is an app. So you sit here, you have that app on your Xbox, and you can go ahead and you can buy whatever PC game that you can, barring I'm sure that there's some games that they can. Well, maybe they can. I don't think that there might be any stipulations. Who knows, right? And you playing that game. I mean, it's a win on all fronts. Xbox has just found a loophole to where PlayStation can't gatekeep them or cock block them. You know what I mean? Like they're like, oh, okay, we know PlayStation ain't gonna want to do what we're doing, so we got a way around it. And another thing too with this is that Xbox is going back to the original recipe of where they were. Because if you remember the OG Xbox, that's what was always labeled about it, was that, oh, it's so PC like, and you know, all these things that they're implementing to it, it's like a PC, for instance. That's Xbox is now going back to their original recipe of who they are. Like, I mean, I think it's a smart move, honestly.
Yeah.
So,
and this, like I said, it's gonna be a game changer whenever it drops, man. I'm maybe they do what they did when they revealed the X. We'll see something about it at the Game Awards. So, but I'm looking forward to it. Like I said, I can only imagine. Like, and I just recently started building my Steam library because of with me having a Steam Deck. So, add all that and being able to I can play that. I can have my choice of playing it on my Steam Deck or playing it on the whatever the new Xbox will be called or whatever it's called. Like that's gonna be dope.
That's gonna be real dope. It's gonna be real dope. I'm looking so forward to it, because then again, like when I check out Steam, because people are like, oh well, you could just go to Steam, whoop-de-doo. It's just that no, you don't understand. When I'm like doing streaming or stuff like that, I could just go right there and then boop boop and just look for the game that I got, or I can make folders and stuff to where I have my Steam games that I want for Fight Night, or for if I want to, for my newer games that I buy, and I can mix and match and do that and just go straight to it and not have to go through three different screens just to go look for something. Like, the convenience is going to be bananas. So like, I mean, yeah, no, I'm really excited about it. I'm stoked. And looking at and looking at the app, like it's separated too. Like, it has your library of your Steam games and of your Steam games, but then you also it has Ubisoft, it has EA. So if you have those subscriptions with that, they have those. If you got BattleNet, they got those games placed there. They're all categorized now. And then within those games, like, you got Game Pass, and like it's filling out. It looks a lot better. Now, as a beta for the Steam games, like, the icons look little. Some of the icons, most of the icons are there, but they look faded out. They don't look like the actual logos of the game. So those things need to be ironed out. But like I said, the way that it plays, I'm ecstatic just already for it to be a beta and how it transitions so smoothly. No one said that this is new. I said that it's a game changer for Xbox, because as a console holder, they're the only ones that's ever done this. And that's a big deal. You know what I mean? So, I mean, and that's a reason there for Xbox gamers who have big libraries, or just like the Xbox, just the way that how Xbox do, make their consoles. Then that gives you a reason to stay with Xbox and buy an Xbox, or you can just go on and move to PC, and then you can still have the best of both worlds on that end as well. So, but you're still going to be dealing with Microsoft instead of dealing with PlayStation. See, that's another thing too, that it's like I brought up earlier. It's just that, it is what it is, man. I think it's a win-win. Also, another thing to add to that, and I don't know if you heard about that, but it's been heavily rumored, but this is becoming more, I think, of a real thing, is that Xbox is working on the backwards compatibility for to put their older games on PC. So, which means, and they're also going to bring in more older games as well. Most likely, probably those games from Activision and from Bethesda and other places that that hasn't been on the Xbox Series or Xbox One. So I don't know. What's
Yeah,
your thoughts about that, man?
I think so. Just real quick,
Mm-hmm.
for what Fahim said, they talking about some cause people hate PlayStation. Listen, don't know. I ain't gonna say people hate PlayStation,
He's
but
being
we all
sarcastic.
know. I know, but I'm just we
Yeah.
all know PlayStation ain't the most consumer friendly. I
No.
mean, all these businesses, but as far as as far as charging you for just to be charging you, that's what PlayStation gonna do. But as far as the backwards compatibility stuff, I think, and them adding at the PC, man, I think that's definitely something that's gonna be dope. Essentially, when they get that on there, especially like you said, you mentioned with Activision being under the umbrella, Fallout, Bethesda, all those studios under the Microsoft slash Xbox umbrella now. All those older games, like having them being brought to your PC so you can, play them at whatever settings you want, being able to do
Mm.
all that. I think that's dope. Because I think I may have been, was it Sarah, but it was somebody that mentioned it, or what have you, that they're working, with when I think they would reveal the AMD thing, they mentioned they were working on their pledges to like bring a lot of their back catalog or stuff that's old, kind of bringing it so people can still play those games, so they can basically still keep up with those older games, and that's dope, man. That's a big selling point. Like one of the things I've heard people who primarily or play on PlayStation, that's one of their biggest things as far as I just heard from saying, hey, we want more backward, stuff being backwards compatible. Like being able to play stuff from the PS3 generation, being able to play
Yeah.
stuff from the PS2 generation, things of that nature. People still want access to that, man. Those are some amazing games that people don't have anymore. Can't even if you had it in your catalog, even if charging people for it, hey, make it available for them folks, man. Like, get them that option so they can play that. People enjoy that.
Yeah. No, that is for sure. That is for sure. So no, I'm very excited about it. Also, let me, like, I want to add one more thing to this before I get out of here. Be a little short today. Yeah, no, like Michael Turner, I hate Sony's practices. This is why I'm done with the PlayStation console. Not done with PlayStation games, but I'm done with PlayStation console. I'm not going back. I'm done with it. I just think that the of having such a poor year, the way that they've kind of, in my opinion, shitted on the fan base by just keep giving them the same game and charging them more money for the same game. And that there's really not I mean, you start to hear more rumblings from PlayStation community, but not enough to where Sony pivot, and make changes. And that to me is that's not a good sign. Like, I mean, it's almost cult like for you to sit here and to just allow, like, if Xbox just kept bringing, like, again, like Reloaded, okay? So, like, Gears Reloaded, if they wanted to charge $50, I mean, Xbox game would be like, nah, bruh. I know I'd be that way. I mean, there would be Gear fans that would be like, oh man, I'm cool. That game is 13, 14, 15 years old. So, I mean, I'm cool with that. But then I would have also brought up myself as like, we had the Ultimate Edition. We paid that. That should be an upgrade. And you know what Xbox did? They made it free for the people who bought the Ultimate upgrade. You see what I'm saying? So that's the difference to me. Once you sit here and you were like, well, Xbox have to do that. No, they don't have to do that. Hell, I mean, they're still a company that wants to make money. So they don't have to do it, but it's just in good faith of saying, look, thank you for buying this product. We're not trying to take the same practices of our competitor. So I don't know, man. Like, I mean, yeah, for each their own. I'm not gonna ever tell a gamer not to love or whatever. But for me, yeah, no, PlayStation. I'm through with that console, man. I'm not ever going back. So I'll keep my PlayStations, but for me to go and buy a new PlayStation, it ain't happening. I'm cool where I'm at, and I'll just play PlayStation games on the PC. Or if eventually if they start bringing PlayStation games to Xbox, I love their games, but it's just their practices is just shitty to me. Um, Let me see what Michael Turner says. He says they got called out for what they tried to hide during the ABK deal, skeletons. Yeah, no, they did. But I mean, listen, man, people always are trying to be apologists for them, and then when people are apologists for Xbox, sometimes for the wrong reasons. But people want to call them out for them doing the same thing. Like it just doesn't make any sense. A bunch of hypocrites out there. All right. There was another thing here that I wanted to talk about here, and that was Destiny. Like, I don't know, when's the last time you played Destiny?
I ain't played Destiny since Destiny 2 first dropped. Like, I ain't played
Oh,
Destiny
damn.
forever.
Okay. All right.
Yeah,
So
I wasn't a big Destiny person like that.
oof, well, I'm looking and seeing that Destiny's 2's Edge of Fate pre-orders are now down nearly 50% from the final shape. That's not a good look. I don't know, man. That's not a good look at all. Now, I heard that the final shape was really, really good. You know, I'm kind of just waiting for it to all get done, and then I'll just buy the pack, and then jump in.
That's what's gonna happen.
Right.
That's what's gonna happen. They gonna release however many more they got,
Mm-hmm.
and then they go wait after everything's released. They'll wait 3 to 6 months, and then they'll release like a big final pack with everything in it for like the same, not the same price, but like you'll get a deal by just waiting and buying everything all together. So
yeah, no, because the last one that I bought was the Witch King, and the Witch Queen or something like that, and I haven't even played it, so I'm just like, you know what, I'm just gonna wait, and then once it's all done, then I'll go ahead and I'll get the final pack of whatever that they got, and then I'll jump in, because I like Destiny. I've always have. I just, that community got a little obsessed and crazy there for a minute, so I kind of stepped back from that. But I've always enjoyed the game. But yeah, no, I feel if this stays like this, then and excuse me, and if Marathon doesn't make it, bruh, I don't know. I think Bungie might be cooked. I think Bungie would be in a bad spot, brother. In a bad spot.
Yeah. Listen, the stuff that's going on with Bungie, or what's kind of going on with Bungie, like from the marathon being delayed indefinitely, and then like you said, the Destiny, the sales for the new Destiny DLC is not looking good. Like, I don't know what's going on with Bungie. I don't know if this is PlayStation's doing or fault, or Bungie just ain't, they just ain't cooking like they used to.
Yeah, I don't think they're cooking like they used to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't think they're cooking like they used to.
And that definitely could be it, but I don't know, man. I know Destiny. I know a bunch of people that played Destiny. Like, they was buying.
Me too.
Like you said, every DLC, everything that dropped, anything that came out, they was with it. But as of lately, Bungie has been. And once again, I don't know if that's because the tweaking of what PlayStation had, what Sony had in mind as far as them wanting, bringing back Marathon, making it a multiplayer title, and things of that nature, kind of getting them out of their rhythm. I don't know if that had, all that had anything to play, but it's crazy to see what's happened to them over the past few years.
Yeah, it's been bad. And then this is what's crazy here. Okay, so Fahim said PlayStation, Xbox has not made remasters or remakes like Xbox has not done what like PlayStation has done with their remakes. Man, listen, and then like Michael Turner just came out and said Oblivion is a complete remaster. And right there, that should shut Fahim up. he said that's just, yeah. And then on top of that, let's just go and look at the difference. Okay, so The Last of Us 1 and 2. The Last of Us 1 didn't have anything except for just more polish. That's it. Now you compare that to a game like Gears Ultimate that had more modes, had a better, it was recrafted it was a better online, all that. Like I'm not understanding what are you talking about. Like, I mean, listen, the Ultimate remaster, and it's even still to this day is now it started off rough, but it's the Master Chief Collection. What are you talking about, Fahim? No other game has come out on that level or that scale like the Master Chief Collection. So I don't know that you swung and missed on that one, brother. Anyway. Well, man, I appreciate you coming on. I'm going to go ahead and get it wrapped up. I'm going to have a little short my thoughts today. Going to get ready for. Go ahead. What were you going to
say? I did want to say something.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
This is on Microsoft for this point.
Okay.
With the Hellblade 2 getting the enhanced version, and I saw some of the conversation online around Hellblade 2 because it's going to PlayStation 5 or whatever, and it's going to be 60 frames per second.
Mm-hmm.
And people were like starting at why Xbox games ain't being 60 frames per second, because unless it's going to PlayStation or whatever the case may be. So, and I did notice they put the performance mode won't be available on the Series S,
right.
And so let me say this. The Series S is an amazing console. The problem with, I think a lot of it, or the problem for me, and I've said it before, is the parity clause that Xbox and Microsoft have with the X and S having to be. We would have got I think we would have got Black Myth Wukong day and date the same time it dropped on PlayStation. Like Baldur's Gate 3. Had we not had that parity clause in play, we would have had some of those games like day and date. At least Black Myth and Baldur's Gate. Now Baldur's Gate did come a little bit sooner than Black Myth did, but I think they either for the rest of this generation they need to remove that parity clause. Or get rid of it or something, because for the people that have the Series X, you're costing them games. Now, granted, like I still plan on getting Black Myth Wukong when it drops on when it drops in August or whatever. I'm still gonna I'm planning on my Xbox. That's what I plan on doing. However, as somebody who bought a Series X, I think that should have been something they do. That's something they should do away with, because I think it's holding. I ain't gonna say it's holding the X back, but it's costing the X getting certain games where it could have been there, but they can't optimize for the S right now. So we just put it on the back burner and we'll get to it. But we're gonna release this for PlayStation until we, on everywhere else, until we can get it optimized currently on the Xbox. So no matter how long that takes, i.e. Black Myth, a year or whatever the case may be, it was, that shouldn't. I think that shouldn't be there. Like I said, that's causing this, holding up some of the gamers or whatever. I just think it was just something that popped up in my head this week as I was looking through with them getting 60 frames per second, and then I'm reading the notes from it. You see that performance mode's coming to the X, but it's not gonna be on the S because it can't handle it basically. And nothing's wrong with that. Like I said, the S is an amazing console. It's a great entry point, but that parity clause is holding back the Series X as far as costing some games being there day and date as it will be on other consoles or platforms.
No, I can agree with you on that. It's like you said, it's not the holding back thing, but in a sense, it kind of is. You know what I mean? Like, because of the fact that the X is so much more powerful and it is capable of doing a 60 frames per second. I mean, because again, it's getting a 60 frames per second, just like Starfield did. But I also say this: PlayStation had put a little bit of money, put a little change in what is it? Something science? The studio.
I know your games.
Game studio science, whatever. That made Black Myth. That had a little bit of money to do with it. Now maybe the Baldur's Gate situation. That's more of what you're talking about. I think that's more true because it came within the same year. But Black Myth, they wanted to keep. I think Sony gave a little bit of that bag, and wanted to make sure that game did not come out until a little bit later. But it also it probably and it definitely stems a little bit to your point as well about the parity clause as well, since it was their first really big title and things of that nature. So yeah, no, I agree with both points. But yeah, Xbox do need to do away with it, and I think that's what they're going to do. I think that's the whole reason why they're going with the handheld market. They're not going to. That's going to be their S. The cell phones. That's going to be their S. You know, I mean, the whole thought of the S is a great console. There's no question about it. The value of it now, of course, the price has gone up, so the value is a little is not as great as it once was. But no, but a good entry console. Oh my goodness, it's still
Absolutely.
at a better
I
place.
listen.
Yeah, it's still
My
better
kids
than the
had
Switch
one.
too.
Listen, it is. My kids have one, and like I said, it's a great entry point for like, somebody who doesn't play a whole lot, or they only play certain games. Like you only playing like the Call of Duties, the Maddens, the 2Ks. If that's primarily all you play, multiplayer stuff like that, that S is gonna run everything you want with no
Mm-hmm.
problems. Now
No
you know what I'm
problem.
saying. Like if you want, you got the actual other accessories or the equipment for like the TV and all that, the monitor, and you want to have the X, you need the big boy so you can, that you can see everything graphically and all this best fidelity. It's there for you. But that S, I love the S. Like I said, I bought
Mm-hmm.
it for my kids, and they, like I said, it runs everything with no problems at all.
And there's clearly a market for it. I mean, look at the
It
Switch.
is. It is.
The Switch 2 is abysmal in power, but it you know what I'm saying. But it just did enough to have more power than its predecessor, and it's cooking. So and I mean, and games also count for that as well. But no, the S, it will go down as one of those consoles that will be looked at a I think at a greater value when it's gone, when it's when it's done, when it's not being
Yeah.
made anymore. But Xbox they tried on it. I thought that was a smart move, but then again, they didn't have the games pumping out as much as they needed to, and so then
Yeah.
the value of it to some people did maybe not see it like we did, but yeah, but it's better to get away from that parity clause. That's why they're going with these rogue allies and all the and
Yeah.
maybe they're
Yeah.
their own whatever the case may be, and then just go that route and cell phones that way you don't have to, and then having Game Pass on TVs and everything like that, and just have one console and then like just have everything just going everywhere else, because the one thing that I would want the consoles to do, this new console to have, and it probably won't, but because it will have those, well, that's only just because of the app or whatever, so they still don't, they probably won't do it, but I would love for them to have the opportunity to have more settings available for the games. Like for instance, like when you like for like what they do for PC, I think that is just a missed opportunity on both consoles. For like for instance, like if you just want to play it 720p, but you want to get 140 frames, or if you have a TV that can give you 240 hertz or whatever, and you can play it at the highest frame limit that you possibly can, that's great. If you want to take away if you want to have the HDR and try to boost up some more stuff, and then just have to play at 30 frames, like of course it's not going to be as detailed as PC, but if they could add some more settings to the games that you play, I would think that's another win for this new box. But I doubt it. But but they've added more compared to when I've gone back and I played on my 360, and there's like just one option, and that's brightness and game volume. That's about it. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so I would hope that there would be some more settings for the new games going forward. But anything, you got anything else you want to say before we get out of here, brother?
I do.
I don't. Oh, well, I say Viper was back, but I didn't have anything.
Viper, you in here?
Yeah, I'm in here. I've been sitting here just listening.
Why you ain't said nothing? Why you being a stalker?
No, actually, I had new employee orientation at the same time your show was going on, and yeah, I had to like listen to them and listen to you in the background.
Oh, okay. You want to touch on anything before we get out of here?
Yeah, well, what I just heard recently with you're talking about the S and how they shouldn't have had the parity clause. I mean, the parity clause is there because you can't segment the community. So
Yes, you can.
no,
Yes, yeah,
not really.
you can.
Not Not really. No. I mean, if the game is coming out for that system, then let it come out for that system. It may be missing some features, which is fine, but you can't just say, "Oh, I'm going to make a Series X only game and not a Series S game." That's what I'm trying to say. So yeah, you can make it make the game go down in terms of scaling it down. Like yeah, like let's take for instance Baldur's Gate 3. I mean the split screen. Okay, how many people gonna be playing split screen? Just take the
Not
damn
many.
thing out.
That was a really that's always been a dumb argument to me. Very
Exactly.
yeah, very dumb argument. I know that there's
Or
some people that do it, but I mean the percentages are so low. Like I mean and then those same people will bitch about the frames per second, or they'll bitch about another feature that's gone. Well, why like on this version I seen that they had a certain amount of characters in walking around, but then it's taken away. Well, because you wanted to have that feature, and you're talking about putting that feature on the S. I don't know, man. That's kind of crazy. But go ahead. I'm sorry.
well, actually, no, that's fine. But here's another one that I can tell you about. Remember the game that came out at the beginning of the generation, Watch Dogs Legions, right?
Oh yeah.
How is it that Watch Dogs Legions could have full on ray tracing just like the X, but some of these later games that they got coming out, oh, we can't put ray tracing on the S because it can't handle it. Excuse me? It can't handle it? But we just saw Watch Dogs Legions do it. We see some other games that are putting ray tracing in on the S. So what is that? I mean, are you just being too damn lazy to put the work in on the Series S? I mean, it's using the same architecture as the X. It just may be low powered. And I see a lot of low powered PCs out there that can still
Mm-hmm.
do. I mean, I've seen PCs that are much lower powered than the S that can still do 60 frames, that can still do 1080p, and also do ray tracing. It's just not going to be as the graphical fidelity on it is not going to be the best, but it's still doing it. So why are they having the problem? And they can't tell
Listen,
me that it's the memory,
yeah.
because there's some PCs out there that are 8 gigs, that are 6 gigs. So explain that to me.
Oh, let me say this. I do not disagree with you, Viper, because I think it's more so on the. I can say it's more so on the developers, but I think there are some developers out there who don't want to take the time to do the full optimization for it. And
Lazy
what I meant
development.
and what I meant by as far as it can miss the, like, you can't separate the community. Like, you may not. I'm not saying not have the game. Don't come to it. Don't come to it at all. I'm just saying, like, okay, well, if it runs on the X perfectly like it's supposed to, and it's supposed to drop August 1st, drop it on the X and just say it'll come to the S at a later date and time. That's
No,
what I'm saying. Like,
no,
I
because
but
the thing is, the S is a digital platform and the X is
I get
physical.
that.
So, I mean, the only way that you can separate a community is if it's Xbox One or it's if Xbox Series. That's the only way you split a community. If it's series consoles, you need to keep the community together. And it's not fair to say, oh, well, why are you telling me the game is coming out on the X, but it's not coming on the S?
I can see
I
that.
mean,
Yeah, I can see
it's
that.
not fair.
Yeah, for people who just have the S, that would only just cause another added can of worms. I think honestly is that the devs it just didn't want to do the. I don't ever want to call a dev
Bless you.
lazy, but I just think that
Yeah,
they
that's
just
why I
didn't.
didn't want to say either.
Yeah, I don't
No,
like
I'm
calling
gonna
devs
call them
lazy.
that.
I know you're going to call them that, but I'm saying that I'm saying for myself, I'm not going to call devs lazy. But I do agree that they just didn't want to. They felt like, well, listen, I got these other platforms I got to work on. I got these other consoles, plus I got a PC, plus I might have a mobile and all this and that. So they're looking at it like, nah, man, I'm just gonna do this, and then let's just delay everything, and then we'll just get it. We'll prioritize Xbox last. And that's unfortunate because if it was PlayStation doing it, PlayStation would get all the praise for doing this and being pro-consumer, and they would make sure that PlayStation would be top priority because of just the namesake and things of that nature. So you know what I'm saying, but Xbox had the right idea, the right vision. It's just, again, the way that the industry kind of rolls is that they, you know, want to try to, you know, so Xbox will get priority from some studios, but from other studios, they're not going to get that same type of priority. So that, you know, and again, if it was really successful, we would probably still continue to see that, to see a S version console come this generation. But because of that, we're not going to get it. And so that's why they're like, okay, well, forget it. Because I mean, think about this for a second. Gamers kind of cooked themselves in a sense. They allowed themselves to let PlayStation say, well, we're going to charge you this much for a console that is pretty much the same console. It just doesn't have the disc. You know what I mean? And it's way more expensive than the competition's lesser product, right? And while other gamers was trying to scoff at the S and say, oh man, that's a cheap little console. Well, Xbox is like, well, hell with it then. You saying everything is cheap, you got the bag? Okay, let's see it. Let's see how much you're gonna pay for this Rogue Ally Xbox handheld. How much you gonna pay for an Xbox handheld, a fully made Xbox handheld? How much are you gonna pay for this new Xbox that's gonna drop? Like, just talk with your mouth. I mean, talk with your money, not with your mouth. So, I mean, this is on the gamers, in my opinion, for looking at it from this standpoint. Because again, I agree with Viper. You don't want to alienate the S owners who don't have a Series S, and right. You don't. That's the haves and have-nots kind of thing. And I got what you were saying, Husky. But yeah, that will the media will eat Xbox alive, and also the gaming community will eat Xbox alive if they did that. So. It's damned if they do, damned if they don't.
That's true. Go ahead. I was gonna say, I can see that, and my only thing with that is first party titles don't separate that. But the only thing, once again, you know, for those third party developers, you know, it's hard. Like, you know, they first party, they're gonna make sure everything's optimized. But like you said, with Xbox being Xbox, and you know, whatever you want to call it, the Xbox tax or whatever, Xbox get thought about last as far as when it comes to those, you know, some of those developers where, like I said, PlayStation gets priority, Nintendo, PC, all those come before when it comes to Xbox. So, and I'm just gonna say this: somebody asked, now, if I didn't have the ability to have all the consoles like I currently do, I would feel a little bit slighted to where, and once again, you know, we know, you know, PlayStation did have a hand in it, but I would still feel a little bit slighted as to, well, why is this not coming to, why I can't get this? And then you go online, if I didn't research, you know, look online, you see, they got to worry about the Series S can't handle the game, so we got to wait. So it's like, I bought an X for no reason. I'm missing out on this game because I bought it. So, you know, I get it. You don't want to separate the community, but you still got people out there who only own an X, and they won't waiting for these certain games or looking for a certain game. It's not coming because it can't be ran on the edge just yet. So now I got to wait. Now I got to sit. You know, so it's like you said, it's you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. But that's all. That's all.
Yeah. Okay, well, but go ahead.
The problem is this: is that. And we're going to use Square Enix as an example.
Okay.
Because they brought out Final Fantasy VII Remake on PS4, right? And then they made Final Fantasy VII Remake Integrate as like an updated version of it, brought that to PS5.
Yeah.
And you see that they're like, okay, this stuff ain't selling as well as we thought it would. But they still bring out Final Fantasy 16 on PS5, and it did abysmally. And so now they want to bring it out on the Xbox, but still want to charge the same amount. I'm like, first of all,
I thought it was 70. I thought Final Fantasy 16 was $70 when it first came out.
16 was six. Yeah, it was
Yeah, it
$70.
was $70.
It was
Yeah.
70.
Yeah, it's cheaper now. It's cheaper now. You can get it for $50.
I'm talking about the full edition where it has even a DLC on it. It's $79.99, I think. But the fact is that I look at it, I look at that aspect of it. First of all, Sony lied to the public and said that, oh, this is exclusive to us, or they put it out there that, oh, this stuff can only run on PlayStation because of certain things that PlayStation can do that Xbox can't do, right? And of course, they never mention Xbox because they don't like to mention their competition. Sony does that and lies to the public. They also lie to the developers and say, "Hey, we're the market leaders, and it's better if you come with us because now you're going to basically get you're going to get a market share of all of our people, and then your game will get noticed more." But then it doesn't sell because their people don't buy games. So that's another thing that happens. Then, of course, now you have the media. Sony makes lies to the media and says, "Hey, you need to cover us more often." And what that does to not only the developer and the publishers that they lose out on the sales. And I say to myself that, hey, if you want to take that bag from Sony and miss out on the money that you could possibly get with Xbox, then you know what? I don't care if you go down in flames. I don't care if you shut down. I do not care what happens. No, I'm dead serious. You chose you chose to not want to, provide a game for me just because of the console that I'm on. Then I choose not to open up my damn wallet and purchase your game, even if it comes to this platform. So you need to be more. You need to have a proactive approach of saying, "I'm not leaving money on the table." And if you decide that, oh, I want this bag from Sony, and yeah, we'll do a 1 year timed exclusive, then screw you. If studio shuts down, okay, too bad. And the reason I said that is because of I'm hearing about studio closures and things like that, and people are are upset about it, and why is this happening? No, look at, like I said, Square Enix, and what happened when Forspoken came out. Whoop, your studio shut down, or you were reappropriated into the rest of Square Enix, and you're no longer there. Lumina Studios is gone. It's done for. Finito. Curtains.
Right.
As K Mega would say.
Finito curtains.
Yeah, so, and you know what? Forspoken will never come out on Xbox. You know why? Because who's going to take the time to port the game over? Nobody. They're not going to.
Huh?
What?
It's Forspoken. Forspoken is on Xbox, isn't it?
No, it's on Windows. It's on Windows,
but it's not on Xbox.
it came out day one on Windows, but it did not come on. It did not. And it was slated to be. It was slated to actually come before Final Fantasy 16. So, So I think Viper's right. It is not going to come here, huh?
It's a 2 year time exclusive, and the 2 years are up already. So what the hell happened? And now since Square Enix are saying, "Oh yeah, we want to be more multi-platform," well,
hey, hold on 1 second. Go look and go, cause maybe I'm tripping.
Yeah,
cause this clearly say Xbox.
Well, Forspoken.
Well, I'm looking Forspoken.
But you won't be able to play it on your Xbox. You'll play it on through. You'll get achievements but you will not. It's on PC because I see it there because that's where I was going to buy it first, but I got it on Steam I got it on Steam instead. So. Because I think I got a deal you know me, I'm looking for a deal. So I got it a little bit cheaper. So I went ahead and I got it on Steam instead of
when
Xbox.
The game went down in price, I got it on Windows. Okay. So I have it on my PC, but I'm on my Xbox right now. And I'm going through the search and I type in Forspoken. Ain't nothing coming up on the Xbox at all. So
I went to their website and but you brought it up. It's where it's like I said, it's probably for Windows.
Yeah, it's Windows. Right. Yeah.
And
Because
see,
there's two versions of Final Fantasy 15 as well. There's a Windows edition, and then there's like the one that came on Xbox. But yeah, for spoken, yeah, you're right. I think you're right, Viper, and that's unfortunate because I think a lot of people, a lot of Xbox gamers would have liked for spoken. Maybe not in the very beginning, but they would have loved it because that combat loop was special. That combat loop was really damn good, really good.
Yeah, but and that's where like I said, this all goes full circle back to what game science wants to do with Black Myth Wukong, and all some of these other places. I understand if you got help with development, and so you decide, okay, fine, we're gonna release it on this platform for a certain amount of time because we got help with development. But you need to say that. Don't come out and say that, oh, the Series S is giving us problems. We're going to need time to, to try to work with that system. Don't lie, because if you lie, I'm not buying your damn game. If like you came out like with the people with Callisto Protocol, they said Sony came in and stepped in to help us with it. But did they release it separately? No, they released it all at the same time. It's just that Sony had the marketing rights to it. So, yeah, that was it. But other companies out there that's doing this, where you release it separately, no, you are not getting you're not going to get full price for that game because it's an old game.
I agree with that. I agree with that wholeheartedly. And like I said, I want to play Final Fantasy 16, but I'm not buying it. So I just, I'm not buying it now. What'd you say?
Now, for other purposes.
Now I'll tell you a good instance of where the developer / publisher. No, I'm just gonna call him developer. The developer released later on Xbox, but it was extremely cheap. And you know where I'm going with this one because it's the game that's out now, but the original game came out a lot cheaper. Death Stranding. Kojima Studios brought it out on PlayStation 4. Then they did the director's cut on PlayStation 5. And then, as of last year, they brought it out on the Xbox Series X and S. The game was $20 when I bought it.
Yeah.
That's the smart move. If you screw us over by saying, I'm going to take the bag from another company, by the time you bring that damn game out, it better be real cheap. It better be the same price as it is on the PlayStation right now, because you know the price has gone down. So you better not try to charge me full price. If you try to charge me full price, you ain't getting shit from me. Period.
No, I feel that same way as an Xbox gamer. I was like, you know what? I mean, listen, all this, I get if Sony does this with their exclusives. So, but I'm trying to think of when it actually hit me to where I'm kind of like, you know what? Then I'm just gonna sit here and just wait, or I'm just not gonna get it. And it might have been Stellar Blade because it was slated to come to Xbox day one, but Sony sit there and put their money behind it, and it was like, listen. And I'm like, you know what? Okay, all right. But I mean, and listen, I'm looking at what Fahim is saying, and listen, but that's what's really funny, Fahim, because I have.
Hey, man, you cutting out.
I have every game except for Final Fantasy 16. Well, I take that back. I'm sorry. I need to get the Pixel Collection. And I get the Pixel Collection, and if I had Final Fantasy 16, which I'm not buying, I would have all Final Fantasy games. So I do support Square. I have always supported Square. The problem is that, listen, you got to come to me. I'm not coming to you.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
We're the consumer.
We're the consumer.
Have the control.
Yeah, and Sony ain't going to sit here. Yeah, go ahead.
I will say you drop Final Fantasy 15 came, on the Xbox. I know people that was playing it and loved it, all that. Then you decide to skip or wait because Final Fantasy 15 dropped at the same time it dropped everywhere else. But then you want to do 16. Well, we go take the bag a little bit to do this, and lo and behold, you see what happened when you do that. Now you got to drop Final Fantasy 16 on the Xbox, and then people, well, it ain't selling like we thought it would.
What's happening, Black Wayne?
Buying it,
appreciate you coming through.
But it ain't, they're not buying it like it Like what? Because you get people that's like me, K Megas, like they were just saying, like, I'm not gonna support this. Like, y'all will stop just not putting something, especially you're a third party developer. You're gonna stop disregarding us because I decided to get an Xbox this generation, or I decided to get an Xbox. It's like you gonna stop disregarding. I'm not gonna support you if you want to not put your game over here when day and date. Fine, I just won't buy it.
And that's why I say,
don't become
that I don't care if they shut down or not. Because
I don't want studios to shut down, but I do want them. But no, I do want them to understand when you catch the L, don't come crying to us talking about, oh well, come save us, because that's exactly what happened with. I mean, they were over there bragging about Baldur's Gate dating. Man, that was abysmal. They talked about Baldur's Gate for 2 weeks on PlayStation. That was it.
And didn't play it.
And remember, PlayStation people do not play games like that. That's normally PC and Xbox people that play games like that.
And I've double dipped. I bought it on PC and I got it on Xbox to show support. Black Myth Wukong. That was my game of the year last year. You know what I'm saying? And I'm still debating. I still debating because I love the game so damn much. I might go ahead and get the Xbox version.
I'll wait.
I mean, it's cheaper. It's like what, $42 now? It's $42 to get the regular edition, and it's $55 to get the deluxe edition. So I mean, yeah, like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it because I love the game that much.
I'm looking at the pre-order right now.
Yeah.
40. Well, because we have Game Pass Ultimate.
Yeah, because we have Game Pass Ultimate, we get the discount. So
the base game is $47.99.
$47, okay. Yeah.
It's the 20% off because it's actually $60. Mm-hmm. And then of course the deluxe edition, that one is $69.99, but with the 20% off, it's $55.99. So I'm still waiting for that thing to go down even more because I'm not just waiting with that 20%. No, you got to. It's already been a year.
Hey, listen, I'm not going to be mad at you, right? Because I mean, like, what everybody else was experiencing the game and talking about it, like, I mean, hell, if people, you know, the fact of it that people were being, I mean, not being assholes or nothing. There were some people, I think, being assholes about The Last of Us 2 and stuff like that, which that's a PlayStation game, so that's never coming to Xbox. But I'm just saying, and showing it early and before people could actually beat it and stuff like that. But yeah, like it takes away the mystique and the excitement of the game when it first comes out. I mean, that's why Sony do the shit that they do. And because then they're like, well, you come to us because we're going to bring this game to you first. I'm through with that. I'm so done with that. Like, I'll just go ahead now because I'll just wait. I'll just wait. It is no problem to me. Like, I was excited about Stellar Blade. I still am, but I waited until I got it on PC. I just picked it up the other day. So I'm like, it is what it is. And hell, I'm playing Shadows right now. So, I mean, I'll get to Stellar Blade when I get to it. You know, hell, college is just what, a week and a half away. So, you know what I'm saying? So, and once college drops, everything is cooked there for a minute. So, yeah, I just think that Square, they took the L. And the one thing that Fahim is not going to sit there, he's over here talking about everybody else. But it was the PlayStation community that failed Square because PlayStation gave them the bag, and Square said, "Okay, we'll trust you on your judgment. We'll go ahead and we'll let you. We'll go ahead. You know, you're the market leader. You got the market share. This, that, and the third. You have ample amount of consoles out there sold, and." Still, there is ever since that they made this deal with Sony, not now one of those Final Fantasy games have outsold Final Fantasy 15. Not one of them, not one. And though when they're talking about like, and seeing it was premature, because when I sit there and when I had the video and I was saying, well, hell, Xbox gamers ain't trying to save Final Fantasy 16 when everybody was showing it was like that it looked like it wasn't selling. Well, I guess apparently it was in the top 4 or whatever. So people did start buying the game, but still to ask Xbox gamers to save your companies or your studios, and you're not giving us the same type of love and respect as you did the competitor. I mean, that's just not that's not cool, and I feel that. Like, I mean, it's I mean, it's just the principle of it. There's millions of Xbox gamers out there. It's not like it's only like 2 or 3 million. We're talking about 30 to 40 million console Xbox gamers out there. Like, and you're just saying, okay, we'll just go here and just put your games here, and then they'll come to you. It didn't happen, because even though that there's Xbox gamers who do have PlayStations, some of those Xbox gamers didn't buy Final Fantasy, along with the vast majority of PlayStation owners. Like, half of these games, the majority of these games hasn't sold like they did on the PlayStation 4. And
like, and that's
yeah,
ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, go ahead. No, you did. I was done with that. I was saying
I was just agreeing with you, man, because it was you listen. I get it. Final Fantasy, picked up, got its love from people on PlayStation, but that's because at the time that was the console that could run it. Now every console, you shouldn't be once again, I just feel as a third party developer, you cannot miss out on money.
Exactly.
You can't.
You have to be able. If you can optimize it for the Switch, God damn it, you optimize it for the Switch. You put your games everywhere, so everybody can get a chance or opportunity to play it, and you can collect as much money as physically possible. PC, Steam, Xbox, PlayStation. You put your game everywhere, especially you're a third party developer, man. You don't want to miss out on money.
To go according to what you just said right there. Okay, since you can easily optimize Lego Horizon for the Switch, then why the hell couldn't you put it on Xbox? And that's why
being petty with that.
They were being petty with that, and the game didn't sell worth a damn nowhere.
It didn't sell. So
nowhere.
I say F you. Since you want to do that and you want to screw us over.
Yeah, that's a game I'm not buying nowhere. I'm not getting that. Nope.
So, I mean, the fact is, just like you said, K Mega, you want to, just say to hell with us. Okay, fine. This fan base is going to say to hell with you when your stocks go down, when you are on the verge of shutting down. I don't care, because you didn't care about me as a consumer. Why the hell do I need to care about you and your games if you don't care about me? You want money, right? So fine. Then make sure that everybody is on equal footing and you are not trying to play favorites, because that's your problem. When you want to play favorites and then you realize, oh, they're not your bread and butter because their fan base can't buy your games, then now you want to come ask us to save you. Hell no. It ain't happening. Not with me. So treat me with respect, and then I might be buying your games. If you don't treat me with any type of respect, then I don't need to open up my wallet.
And Fahim, I don't know if everybody else knows, but I know Final Fantasy was on Nintendo first. However, I was specifically referred to Final Fantasy 7 because that's kind of where everybody, a lot of people remember. Like, granted, people played Final Fantasy 6 outside of its issues. However, a lot of people jumped in on 7 because it was on the PlayStation. I'm just saying, once again, I know it was on Nintendo first. We know that. Yeah. That's not the issue. That has nothing to do with what we're talking about. We're just saying you shouldn't be excluding Xbox or another console because you're a third party developer. That's kind of where we at right now.
Yeah, and that's the point. Like, I mean, saying Black Bruce Wayne, he's just like he's saying, he said, I repeat, 77 million users, and your game of the year only sold 1.5 million. Talk about attachment rate. Like, then he's talking about Astrobot. Like that. That don't make no sense. Like, I know I've talked about this a lot before over the years. But I remember during the PlayStation 4 generation, how many people shitted on Quantum Break selling only 2.5, 3 million copies. Sunset Overdrive selling 1.2, 1.7 million copies. Or I'm trying to think of another, like the one game that they gave respect to and they still shitted on it was Titanfall, because Titanfall sold 10 million copies. Within like a 2-month mark or something like that, or in a month or whatever. It was substantial. But like with those games, they were shitting on games selling 3 million, 2.5 million. And then like now they're like, oh, they act like that we don't have a mind or a memory to think about what the hell how they used to act and how they used to hot side. You know what I'm saying? Listen, it is disgusting. It is an absolute disgrace to have 77 million goddamn consoles out there in the wild and then come to try to tell us that you got all this high quality and y'all ain't selling more than that. It is the PlayStation gamers' responsibility when Sony provides for you an opportunity to bring a new IP or a remaster of an old IP, a beloved classic that was on Xbox and was on Nintendo at one point in time, and make it exclusive and prove that the PlayStation community loved that franchise. The PlayStation community proved that there's a fan base for it, but they damn sure didn't prove that PlayStation is the place for Final Fantasy anymore, because you know why? Square Enix said we're going back to being a multi-plat company again. Hell with this. So I mean, y'all got not only did y'all get PlayStation CEOs fired, y'all got Square Enix CEO fired. So let's keep this 100. You know what I'm saying? Let's keep this shit 100, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that. So anyway, y'all got a lot of people fired with all this capping. So stop it.
Whatever happened to support the devs, huh? Whatever happened to that?
They showed didn't support Concord.
They show, bro. They didn't support Concord. They didn't support the Order of 1886. They didn't support Days Gone. They didn't support, and I mean, when Days Gone sold well, but I mean, this is the thing about PlayStation games, right? Not the big known games, but Days Gone sold 8-9 million copies. But I mean, hell, Days Gone was as low as $4.99. Shit. I mean, hell, like, so you can't. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? Of course, it's gonna be cooking when it's $5. But that's the thing. Like, but when it first came out, people wasn't buying that. Like, I mean, and the media was guzzling their ass just like they do every other PlayStation game. And PlayStation gamers was like, nah, man, if this ain't Call of Duty,
they're giving y'all another chance now.
Yep.
Go buy it. They got the remaster version. Go buy it. If you ain't bought it, you ain't played it, go get the remaster version.
Oh, bro, we ain't heard
you want these games.
We ain't heard no sales numbers about them about Days Gone. Lord have mercy. And it's a good game. Like, it's a good damn game. But hey.
So here's the thing I look at.
Oh, hold on. One more thing. I forgot. I gotta do this. I gotta cook them one more time before you move on. And you know why? That From Software just gave the PlayStation community the middle finger. And gave them a game that looked just like what's the name of that game that PlayStation gamers want so much?
Bloodborne.
Yeah, Bloodborne. But then they made a game for the Switch too that looked exactly like the successor to Bloodborne.
Listen, it was so many people while I was watching and we revealed it. So when folks, that Bloodborne? Bloodborne on the Switch?
And then I'm over here thinking, because so many PlayStation gamers talk about Bloodborne. I mean, I own Bloodborne. Bloodborne is cool, but I'm not the biggest fan of Souls games like that. It's a cool game though. But there was so many PlayStation gamers talking about it. I'm thinking, oh, this son of a bitch must have sold 25 million. Bruh.
Nope.
Less than 5.
Oopsie.
Less than 5. And the game, you could got the game for like I think the game was $2 at one point.
Oh,
$2 at one point. Because when I bought it, it was 15 something. I bought it was like 15 something like that. I'm sure because it's a cult classic, it's probably like $20 or something like that. Maybe 30. You know how like that goes. Like, you know, there'll be a game that'll be like this and that. But that game dropped to like $2. I thought the game sold like gangbusters, and then finally it sold less than 5 million. And I'm like, bro, y'all had 130 plus million consoles out there, and y'all begging for this sequel, and y'all that's all y'all could muster? Okay, Viper, go
Sad.
ahead. Go ahead, Viper.
No,
I'm just
no.
saying.
I'm hearing what you're saying, and I'm just like sad, sad,
Bruh.
sad.
Oh,
Yeah.
Because I mean, here's the thing. I'm not opposed to playing PlayStation games. I'm not, because even on Steam, I have the first Helldivers. I have Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition. I have Days Gone, God of War, Spider-Man Remastered. I have Spider-Man Miles Morales, Ratchet and Clank, and the new Forbidden West Complete Edition. So let's not let's not mince words here. Is that I'm not trying to say I don't want to play a PlayStation game. I'll play it, but you need to stop being, you know, so anti competition, and you need to stop being so closed off and think that everybody needs to be on your box.
Right.
There can be healthy competition, and people can play your games no matter where they're at. Stop going according to this old way of thinking. And when you lie and try to manipulate the media, manipulate the public, manipulate the developers and publishers, saying, oh, because we are the market leader, you will get much more recognition by going on our platform instead of the other platform. That that's what's getting some of these people in trouble, where they're shutting down, they're firing people, and you're just laughing the entire way. And then who suffers? The gamers suffers. The employees of these companies suffer. You don't care. You just don't care. And that's where I say no. To hell with any company that does these practices. That if you think that you're going to segment the market and say that we don't want any competition, we don't want anybody else to have this experience, then I'm not paying any money for your stuff.
Yeah.
I may even pirate the stuff. I don't care.
Damn. Now, see, I'm not going that far, man. I'm not going
No,
that far.
I'll go
Now,
that far.
now, listen. I'm not going to say if I would or not. I'm just not going public with that. I'm keeping my mouth closed on all that. Anyway. No, okay, but I will say this though to Fahim. Fahim says, "Hey, Mega hates those type of games, but brags when Nintendo gets one." And you know what, brother? You could be right. You would be right. But I prove my worth by beating one of those Souls games, beating the more popular one, which means that I'm tarnished. I went through that hell to beat
That was hell.
every boss. Damn near. I might have missed a boss or two. I think I beat every boss when I beat Elden Ring. You know, all I know is I beat the toughest boss that there was, and that's the Queen of Rot that almost made me quit gaming. She was so goddamn difficult. So I have every right to talk about those games, even though I hate them. I wanted to make sure and show my sterner stuff and show that I can beat those type of games. I just think that they're absolutely ridiculous and a time waste and a time suck. Pause. That, you know what I'm saying, I could be playing something else instead of just getting killed a goddamn million times. So anyway, I'm tarnished though, sucker. Anyway, all right. Okay, so all right, one more, and then we'll get out of here. I don't know if y'all seen this, but Jason Schreier. Okay. He is casually spreading fire on the internet. Okay, so and this is his opinion, and I have no problem with his opinion. But you know how he likes to cap a lot though. So but he said he has avowed over Expedition 33. And that's fine. I mean, I've played both, of course. I beat Expedition 33. I have not beat Avowed. I think Avowed, for what I played, is a damn good game. No doubt.
Let me jump in. Oh,
yeah. You got both. All right, let's hear it.
Right
yeah.
So let me say this. I had to review Avowed for Gamer Social Club. So I had to play through the game, and I had to write up my review and everything like that. The game Avowed is an amazing game. Amazing game. It's in my discussion, one like my top games of the year. I actually started a second playthrough of it because I had to rush
Oh,
through the first time because I had to because I was reviewing it.
okay.
So and I had to get my review out before embargo dropped or whatever. However, Expedition 33 is for me. I'll say this for me. Expedition 33 is probably the game of the year for like it is the story. Once again, the Valve story wasn't that great, but it was
Okay.
fun. It was interesting. Compared to Expedition 33, Expedition 33 story is like amazing. They already have a movie
Are
in the
they
works. They had a
are
movie
they doing a movie
before the
expedition?
game. Yes, they had a movie
Oh my
lined up
God.
before the people. I forgot which company it was, but they reached out to them to basically start the movie before the game even released.
Bro.
So
Wow.
listen, I love Jason Schreier and all that stuff. However, my guy, like it's his opinion. Nothing wrong
Yes.
with that.
Yes.
But Expedition 33 to me was was better than Avowed. Once again, like I said, I played both, beat both. Both of them are amazing games. I'm not taking anything away from Avowed. I tell people all the time, every game is not meant to be game of the year. Avowed is one of those games. You can do a lot of stuff. You can like I love a lot. That was my first time playing because normally I'm a meathead. I like to swing and hit stuff with
Mm-hmm.
swords and all that stuff. My playthrough, I was a straight, basically a mage, straight magician. I'm using grimoires and wands the whole time playing. Like I'm casting spell like this. That's my first time doing it, and I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But Expedition 33 is on another level. That's just me.
You know,
So
I go ahead. Go ahead, Viper.
I was gonna say that I'll agree. Expedition 33, awesome game. Um, the only thing I'm not gonna agree with about Avowed story,
Mm.
the story is there. Unfortunately, it's locked behind two previous entries. You've got the Pillars of Eternity
Yeah.
and Pillars of Eternity Deadfire. Those two games give you the backstory of what's going on in Avowed.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the thing that I would have to say brings Avowed down, because if people have not played Pillars of Eternity and Deadfire, um, they're not going to understand all the references that have come through on Avowed, because it
Yeah.
tells you about certain
It does.
events that have occurred back in the past, or things that
Mhm.
you should have, if you did play those two games, you would have known what Deadfire was all about. You would have known all these different areas and things, the gods and stuff like that. You would have known all of that, but because they decided to, you know, call it its own game and just call it Avowed. You could have called Pillars of Eternity Avowed. Then people would have understand, oh, let's go ahead and play those first two games. Even though it's not a first person game on those two, it's like a Diablo style. Or maybe like, what's another game style that's similar to those?
Yes,
It's a
like
over,
Diablo,
yeah,
or Pillars of Path of Exile, stuff like
Path of
that. Yeah,
Exile, you mean?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So basically, that's the only reason I say Avowed and Expedition is, because Expedition, brand new story, sucks you right in, pause,
It does.
and
Boy.
and then and it hits you in the feels. It really does, because
It does. It
just
does.
from the first part, the first cinematic, I mean, and I consider that whole thing a cinematic. You're moving around. The first opening cinematic, oh dear God, just as soon as they're counting down from 30.
Oh, the homage.
Jesus.
Yeah, the
Yes.
homage that happens. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
So
then the
I'm,
music. Listen,
oh
that
yes, the
music
music.
playing.
Oh.
Ah, listen,
Oh
that
Jesus.
music is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
That music gets you. I have the soundtrack on my downloaded to my Apple Music library because it's that music is
Mm.
amazing. And let me say this, and you're not wrong, Viper. And if I had to play the Pillars of Eternity, it probably, like I say, and what I mean, the story is it's okay. It's not like I would say this compared to Expedition 33 story. I think it's a good story. It's not as good as Expedition 33's. Also for me, now I do remember the characters in Avowed, but the characters in Expedition 33, they it kind of hit different, man. Like if
Well,
you know,
the characters in Avowed are forgettable. Let's just say that
yeah.
it's okay to say that the Avowed characters are forgettable. In Expedition 33, you can't forget that.
No,
That
you
that
cannot.
that hits you so far deep that it's like, oh God,
Listen,
am I gonna die the next time it comes around?
listen, and it's so and like if you, I'm not sure. Have you beat the game?
No, I have not.
Okay, I'm
Oh
not
yeah,
going
I
to
know
say.
I have. Yeah,
So I'm not
say
going
right
to
now,
go into
son.
spoilers. And I wasn't going to go into
Mhm.
spoilers, but it's like certain things that happen depending on. So certain things that happen, certain depending on your choices and stuff you make, and like certain people, like it's just it's so amazing, man. Like I've been considering doing like a second playthrough of it because I feel like I
Yeah, because
missed
the
some stuff
multiple
and I want to
ending
go back.
aspect of it. Yeah, because I want to know
And I'm
if I
like,
made the right decision or not.
It's almost like a
it's
Mass Effect type of thing. I understand. It's like you
yeah,
can determine who lives or dies, or this and that. I mean, I understand,
yeah.
but the thing is, this is unique. It went back to the play style that a lot of people wanted instead of the stupid stuff that they were doing with Final Fantasy 6. Um, people want that turn-based stuff,
Yeah,
and
Well,
and they
Square saying they're
Square
going back to
Enix,
the original recipe,
yeah, they
so
did.
that's good.
They
Yep.
did say that with the success of Exhibition 33, Square did come out and say, "Hey, let's go back to what
And
we was doing."
Persona's now
So
eating them lunch. So yeah,
yeah,
So
well, we.
well, I mean, yeah, and for
we
me, I have to say, Expedition 33, and I've only put in about, I don't know. Usually when I get into a game that I like, I'm going to play around 6 to 10 hours. But I will say this though, South of Midnight and Expedition 33 made me put Avowed down, and I beat both games and have not gone back to Avowed. So
yeah,
that's not saying anything bad about Avowed. It's just that like those two games caught my interest a lot more. So I mean, and like, listen, Jason is entitled to his opinion, and there's no problem with that. But like, I mean, but for me, right after the first game I beat was South of Midnight, and I'm like, oh my god, this is crazy. And then you go into the roller coaster of Expedition 33, and I mean, right off the rip, like you're sitting there getting on, and seeing the whole number thing, and then like when you get on the beach. I'm like, no, hell no, this game ain't hitting like this.
Yep.
Because I
Hit
had my,
already.
I was telling you guys, like I had this game on my radar, and so I was like, okay, but I was not, and that was what makes Expedition 33 my game of the year right now. I the emotions you go through in that game, like the hell that is put on that crew, like it.
Emotional damage.
Bruh, it's tough shit. And then when you get through the twist, there's a twist, and then there's another twist on top of it. Yeah, bro. I'm like, yo, come on now, come on, chum on. When you thought it, yeah, when you thought that's it, I'm like, listen, man, I went to the mountaintop and shit was popping. Yeah, bro, that game is tough as shit. So yeah, so Expedition 33 is holding it down. I know that they're going to really try to push Death Stranding 2, which listen, I ain't played it. I'm never going to talk bad about a game I haven't played. But I will say this: I've seen the scene of the main character having a fight of delivering, I'm saying, having a fight with the pizza cook. Like I'm like, yo, what we
listen.
doing here?
Oh, let me say this.
Go
So
ahead.
I have
Yeah.
not. I haven't played it. I haven't even played the first one. But
Oh yeah, I haven't beat the
so
first one. Yeah, but I played the first one.
I follow one of the guys I follow. There's a guy I follow on YouTube. He does playthroughs, and
Mhm.
I've been me being at work. I just like, you know what? Let me just watch some because it's been looking interesting.
Mhm.
Watch some of the playthroughs, and one of the boss fights he just had. I will say this: it is so much more combat in this one compared to the first one.
That's
Within the
good.
first hour and within the first hour and a half of the game, you you have, I mean, you can shoot people. Like you can go and actually have some combat or whatever, unlike the other game. Because I know I was talking to somebody who's like, man, if you can make it past the first 4 hours, you're good. I was like,
Yeah.
so, but
No, you know
Yeah.
what?
And
Yeah,
they ain't
this
lying.
in the first game, you have to make it past the first 10 hours. So,
oh, man.
Yeah,
I,
before
I'm.
shit start popping. I'm like,
But my thing is this:
yeah, it's just more
I do not.
cinematic.
What I want to. I do not want to see another game of the year award show where there are up Kojima's ass and saying, "Oh, this is game." No, 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 no.
Keely,
Just because
he
it's
on,
Kojima, I do not want to see that. Oh, it's game of the year because it's Kojima.
Keely, how much he
I
loved
know,
Kojima.
I know.
I think he got is at this point. Keely is an
It,
appendage.
it's
Is
going to
attached
be
to Kojima's
nominated
appendage on it.
regardless if
Hey,
yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be
Keely,
a nominate. It's gonna be nominated.
Keely got a whole closet full of baby oil. That's all. I'm
Damn,
just
come
saying.
on now. Come on now. Now, hey, did y'all hear that they dropping some charges on Puffy?
They dropped some. What
Yeah, they dropped the human trafficking and another big charge. So I mean, basically, what we're finding out, like for the stuff that I keep up on, is that Puffy's a nasty motherfucker, but he ain't as bad as to where he needs to be gone for life. He's just a filthy a ragamuffin. He's just nasty. He's nasty, and he might need to do a little time, but not, you know what I'm saying, but not send him away. But I mean, that's what it's kind of coming down to.
It's
so
basically it's bigger fish to fry.
It's way bigger fish to fry. Like he's a dirty, yeah. He's like
you mean like
no,
Trump,
what
right?
like for right, but no, like but if you like doing but like yeah, for him putting his hands on women and shit like that and his aggression, like yeah, no, he needs to be checked on that shit. But he just a nasty motherfucker. That's just what it is. He just filthy. You know, you know what I'm saying? And listen, I'm just gonna say this, and then I'm going back off. But if I was Cassie's husband, I would have to look. I'm looking a little because that man smutted her ass out until she was like, "Listen, I'm about that life," and I'm just like, "Yo, bro, like the details, man." man. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So that's crazy.
If that was my wife, I mean, well, at this point, he done had babies with her. He not. I don't think he going nowhere. But I just, that's a little.
No, I think he'll do some time. I think he might do some time, or his career is over. That's what we know for sure. So, his career is over.
But I just, I can't imagine sitting there. I know you want to be a supportive husband, but sitting in that courtroom and hearing all these folks talking about what they did to your wife, and it's
like, man, that shit ain't even intimate, bro. She got smutted the hell out, bro. Like, and she wanted more of it.
Yo, she wanted more.
Yes, yes, bro. Man, I mean, I don't know, man. Anyway, I'm just like, bro, that's crazy to me. That's crazy. He said, if I'm her husband, I'm walking out the courtroom, bro. That's the only way. Yeah, I couldn't sit there. Like my wife, if I found out my wife was getting smutted out like that, bro, I'm walking out, man. I'm leaving. I don't want to hear no more. I'm there for support, but I mean, it's already too late. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, I swear to God, man, I think the way that they detailed stuff, man, I mean, you know what I'm saying? She's roast beef. Well, that's it, bro. She's roast beef. So, but you know what I'm saying? But putting your hands on women and disrespecting like that is not the way to do anything. Like the whole smutting out thing, listen, if she about that life, she about it. But
yeah, but then again, you got to think of him. You got to think of him as a pimp now. So now you can get him on prostitution.
Yeah, I think that was another one of those charges that they dropped. Like the prosecution has not done a very good job. Like they didn't do their work like they were supposed to. So I don't know, but yeah. But the major stuff so far with especially with the human trafficking and stuff like that, those got dropped. So, when it would all look like Puffy was about to be about to be sent the hell off, it looking a little bit more promising for him, but that's about
Yeah,
it. So
he might not get because I'm still wondering like why did he ever? Because you got to think. Remember before he went in or got caught or whatever, turned himself, whatever happened.
mm-hmm.
He was on that island, like he was gone,
Mm-hmm.
and then all of a sudden he just turned up in New York. Like I don't think he would have came back if he didn't have an inkling of he might not he can win this trial or it won't be as bad as he think or some like he got some really good lawyers. Because you look at what's the little crazy dude used to play crazy white AB.
Oh yeah.
Like that man got in trouble for attempted murder or whatever, but and he left the country and he ain't coming back. Like there's something wrong with that brother. CTE is a terrible thing. But like it just I listen. Once again, what he did, the host, everything, it was just terrible. I just really hate.
Hey, I'm not gonna yuck anybody's yum. That my wife say that cracks me up. I'm not gonna yuck anybody's yum, right? Like if they want to be smutted out, be going through the baby oil and all that stuff. Listen, if they grown adults, they do what the hell they want to do. Listen, let your freak flag fly, as I say. Let that, you know what I'm saying? Pants off, dance off, adult style I'm with all that, right? That you do what you do.
All
but
right.
you know,
well, I guess Jeff Keighley is smutted out by Kojima then.
Stop it! I know that's definitely the other way around. That man.
Oh, you mean Jeff Keighley smutting out Kojima?
Yeah. Keighley's the roast beef because there ain't no way.
Oh, okay.
Because but no, I just think that it's putting your hands on women like that and the whole thing about children and all that other shit, and I get it, like the whole Justin Bieber and because I mean there's video of Bieber out there doing the most out there with Odell and all them, and like that's crazy in one of those parties. So I don't know, man, but yeah, but consenting adults, bro. I mean, let it do what it do. I just let it do what it do.
Wait. No, read this from Fahim.
What'd he say? He said, I bet
his first word to Cassie was, "I'll hold your girl baby."
Oh, god damn. That's a damn shame. Anyway, all right. I know we better be out of here. Fahim, thank you for coming. I said Fahim, good grief. Husky, you got me tripping out now. Husky, thank you for coming on through. Same with you, Viper. Thank you, brothers, coming on through. Where can they find you at, Husky? Hokage.
The Husky Hokage on everything, man. Y'all go follow me on TikTok. Help your boy get to 5,000 so we can keep growing.
Damn.
But yeah.
Let me put this up here. Oh, come on now. Hold on. Let me get let's put that on up here. Yeah. Hold on. Let's sit there and get that. Let's get that right. Hold on. Let me move this mic out the way. There we go. Oh man, what? Come on, green screen. Why you tripping with me? Hold on. Damn, the green screen tripping. The green screen tripping. Hold on. There we go. We'll put it like this then. All right.
Congratulations to the OKC.
All right. Viper, where can they find you at, brother?
Well, you can find me here on July the 11th because GIG is back.
You know what? Okay, so I'm gonna say this. Right now. I'm tired of y'all already, right? I sit there and was talking with my wife, and I sit there and because I got hit up on Xbox. What was it? Monday? They congratulated me on the Thunder winning. It was Monday, and they were like, "Bro, I've been hearing GRG's coming back." I said, "Where the hell are you hearing that from?" I said, where the hell you hearing that lie from? And they were like, man, I know it's coming back. And I said, bro, I don't know what you're talking about. So I don't know what y'all suckers has been doing. So anyway, then I was looking at some of the comment section on when we did a the last that GRG special. And then there was people like, about time, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, and then I got a private message on Twitter. And they were like, man, you know what I'm saying? That'd be cool that GRG come back. And so I was talking to my wife about it. I was like, man, if people don't stop hitting me up, because since y'all been starting this shit, so I tell you what.
Once a month, man. The once
yes,
a month
once a month.
Once a month. One Friday a month. July 11th is the first one. You know what I'm saying? We can come. Listen, I ain't got nothing scheduled for that day. I'm going to be there. I'm going to be sitting here waiting. I'm going to be in the live waiting on you, my boy. Come on, man. We can do, even if you once every other. But I'm telling you, the people need you, my boy.
All right.
You got to be the voice of reason.
All right. Okay. I'll do it. We'll do GRG once a month then. I'll sit there and I'll get in touch with Ham and the rest, and I'll do it.
Praise the Lord. Success. It's a miracle.
I'll do it. Oh man, I've been enjoying my Fridays. God damn, I've been loving
it doesn't have to be a Friday. You don't have to.
Well, no, the 11th is a Friday, isn't it?
Right.
Yeah, but we don't have to keep it on Fridays. You can pick, you know, I know some people do, you know, depending on Sundays, Saturdays, but like it's up to you. You know, we was normally doing it on a Friday, so that's when I started the July 11th. Like, yeah, let's do the 11th. It's a Friday. It's our normal. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, and you know what, Jazzy Noop, I need to redo the Patreon. So I apologize that I've been very lazy with the Patreon. So I'm going to have to redo the Patreon because there is a Patreon, ladies and gentlemen. I don't ever talk about any about that stuff.
Membership again for your channel.
Yeah, and there's memberships and all that. You know what I'm saying? So like, okay, all right, guys, we'll do it. We'll do it once a month. GRG. Okay. All right. Holy shit. All right. We'll do it. We'll do it. GRG is back once a month. Good God Almighty. We are not going back to once a week.
X-Man.
No, don't tell him yet.
Don't do it because we damn sure ain't going back to once a week. But all right, we'll do it once a month. I got you. Okay. All right. Anything else to be said before I get out of here and gag because I went back on my own word? Anyway, anything else?
We appreciate you. We have
wait. No, wait. To the chat.
Yes.
I'm going to say this as a request, and this is not anything that is, trying to beg for anything, but can one of y'all please give K Mega Final Fantasy 16 Deluxe Edition on the Xbox?
No, I don't even need the deluxe edition. If y'all can hook me up with just the regular version of Final Fantasy 16, because every time I see it, I'm like, God damn, I want to play this shit. But I'm like that I can't go off on my principle, man.
Just like you, I can't go off on my principle either, because I said it just like you.
Yeah.
I am not gonna do it because of that racist bullshit that
man. All he had to say is that, like, listen, we just went through, man, and when he got corrected from the reporter from Kotaku, I was like, Kotaku, and she said, listen, that's not accurate history. He doubled down. Like, I don't care. I know what the real man, stop it. That if he just said all the man had to say was, well, you know, we're big fans of Game of Thrones, and we just wanted to make this game, and we just felt like these are the best characters. I didn't care if it was an all-white cast. I have no problem with it. I just don't lie about history. That's what infuriated me. Don't say nothing stupid like that. Like,
that's why I refuse to buy it.
That's why I refuse to spend my money on it. I just won't do it.
Listen, I'm waiting. I'm just gonna ride it out. I'm waiting for it to drop on PlayStation Plus so I can play it on there, because I'm not.
I'll sign up to play. If it comes on PlayStation Plus,
if it comes on Game Pass,
if it came on Game Pass or PlayStation Plus, I'm signing up to PlayStation Plus. I'll play it because I want to play that shit. That shit look tough, but I just not going to spend money on it.
First for free.
Here's the thing. I'll play it in two ways. It goes on Game Pass, or somebody gives it to me.
Right.
That's it. That's the
That's
only way.
it.
I'm not spending my money
I'm
because
not
as a
spending money
black
on it.
man, if you gonna be racist towards me and expect me to give you money, you got me fucked up.
That's
So
it.
All the way.
I'm not going to support you if you're gonna act that way about my culture and about me because I take it personally.
Yeah,
Okay?
I took offense by it. Like I'm like, why did you double down, bro? Just say it's our vision. That's all you had to say. And I'm like, cool.
You could have said that, or just not said nothing at all.
Yeah,
Like,
just say, oh well, I didn't. Yeah, just say I didn't know. I'm not here to offend anybody. That's it. That's it. And I'm like, ching. I would have been double dipping because I would have got it for the Xbox. But nope.
There you go.
There you go. Anyway, so, but okay,
also, one last thing.
Yes, sir.
One last thing. Everybody that's in chat, tell everybody to be back here at we're doing 8 Central.
We'll get back to
Central.
8 o'clock. 8 o'clock. Yep, we're back 8 o'clock.
8 Central.
No. Remember, that's Black people time, so it's actually 8:30 or 8:45.
8. No. We're gonna be more prompt.
I'm gonna be here on time.
We can't be prompt.
I'm gonna be here on time.
Yeah, 8,
so 8, I will be too.
8 o'clock. We might start, we might be 8:15 or something like that. But 8 o'clock, same time
Just
as
make
GRG
sure
on Friday.
Exactly. Just make sure y'all here. Tell everybody GRG back Friday, July 11th, 8 p.m. Central Time. Be here. Bring
Once
everybody.
a month, not every week. Once a month. Okay.
But just make sure y'all here on the 11th so we can, what I'm saying, get welcome. We can come back with a big man. We need everybody in the chat, man. Y'all come and support and just be here. Talk for him, come back, talk all you know us. I don't care. Make sure you bring somebody with you when you come.
Bring all the PlayStation stands in here. You know what I'm saying? We'll start looking. I'll start looking for guests and stuff again after the first show. And then try to get started. Good God Almighty. Oh my God. Okay. Thank you guys so much. Appreciate it. I can't believe I got talked into doing this again after all that. But anyway, so all right, guys.
It'll be a big old blowout every single time, every month. Sad pause. But the fact is, it's not like you have to blow your load every single week. It's just one big blowout. Pause again.
Yes, pause. And then Fahim said, K-Mega, how many times do you think Cassie's husband listened to I Don't Want to Know the night of her court confession? Bro, I don't know, bro. Man, stop it. And yes, I do have a Patreon. You can please join the Patreon. It's in the description if you would like. I would definitely appreciate it. Just don't read anything because none of that shit works now. But I will start gifting games. I will get back to start gifting games again, if need be. So yes, we'll start doing it. Like I said, I got to restructure that stuff, rework stuff, and then like I said, we'll be doing sports night when college football drops. I'm there, and me and Husky gonna get with it. You know what I'm saying? Like it's about time. We're gonna do sports night, fight night Sunday. Don't be late, Viper. We gonna do it.
Because you know what? All next week I'm off because I don't have the work study for school.
Okay, and Thursday then.
School. So all next week I'm good, so I can stay up late this coming Sunday.
Okay, excellent.
And
so Sunday and Thursday for fight night. Excellent. Proud of you, brother. Proud of you. Yeah, man, I can't wait to start asking you for a loan. Shit, I'm gonna sit there and be like, bro, man, spot me a 20 piece, man, so I can go and give me a
loan. I can actually do some like type of checkup or stuff on you. I mean, I can be your nurse.
Nah, I ain't having you put man, I seen them crusty ass fingers. I ain't letting you touch me, sucker. Anyway.
Remember, I gotta wear gloves.
All right. All right, guys. We are out of here, man. Thank you so much. But man, appreciate it. We'll see you. I'll see you here Sunday for fight night. We'll be doing my thoughts, but yeah, GRG on the 11th, 8 p.m. So I'll start setting up for it. Jesus Christ. One of y'all got to tell Sir X, man. Jesus Christ.
I'll tell him.
All right. I'll hit up Ham here this weekend. So, all right, guys. Thank you so much. I'll see y'all here Sunday. Peace. Thunder, baby. Yes, the champs. We the goddamn champs. I love it.